like that. I don't want no damn more kids. And if you end up pregnant, I know it ain't me. So
Yeah, well,
it's
yeah,
a,
well,
it's a,
yeah. Either way,
yeah,
regardless, you don't want no kids,
I don't
whether
want no
y'all
kids
together or not. Yeah, period.
together
Yeah,
or not. Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm done. I got enough.
Man, that make my stomach hurt.
yeah. Ain't
Stomach.
nothing wrong with that, man. I respect that. It's not
Yeah.
a bad thing because I thought about it. I was like, because I told my wife, I was like, I would really think I'd be like one of them loner type dudes if we ever broke up. And she don't believe me, but I told her like, no, I probably have a little female like on the side or something if we won together. I'm just saying like the relationship part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm literally like I'm out of it. So like I don't even
You over
care.
the relationship part. I
Yeah,
get.
I don't even want no parts of it. So like I'd rather pay for it than actually be in a real relationship
You
at
know
this
what's
point.
you know what's
Like if I
crazy?
left.
You know what's crazy? I thought about that and I said that too. Not too long ago. I was like, it might be just cheaper to pay for it. To
Yeah.
just
I'm just the energy, just the time and the investment alone. When
it's
you
not.
think about it, it's like it's worth it if you got a woman that's like your wife now. That's worth
Hmm.
keeping.
Hmm.
But anything to look for it at our ages, especially my age, not even your age, but
Yeah.
for sure my age,
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, you know what I got to do in order to find the kind of woman because women that's my age has already got their ways set already like me. So I
Yeah.
would literally have to find something that's handpicked,
Yeah.
like tailor made for me, to where
Yeah.
like we get along just like
And
she
at
do.
your age it is harder
It's rough. It get rough. Yeah, it get rough.
because I would say women once they reach that a certain level of maturity,
Hmm.
it's harder to deal with them. It's weird. I feel like it's the opposite for men. It's like the older we get, the more chill we get. It's like the older women get, the more independent they get. It's like the opposite. Like younger women, they depend on you more.
Yeah.
Older women be like less dependent on you. So they get a little bit harder to maintain unless they've already been with you.
Yeah.
That's my perspective.
Americans, well. Speaking on westernized culture, yeah, that's
Hmm.
specifically that's an issue when it comes to like westernized women. The
Hmm.
younger women, like they looking for the bag. They tend to like try to
Yeah.
get it the quick way. When
Yeah.
it comes to like traditional cultures, which America don't really have, to be honest with you, that argument lied. I agree with you. The older that we get, it's harder to find more traditional like basically like women that tend to do things like how the way our mothers, our aunties did. So like
Yeah.
they clean, they cook and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just the basic stuff you expect for women to do, wash clothes and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's like now, like nowadays. Like I
And
said, as I get older, I can do all that shit by myself and like minus the headache. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it's weird to say like seeing my grandmas and like the older, you know, women and stuff like that. I know they complained too, and they was headaches too, but it seemed like it was less for some reason. Like, and that could be untrue because I was a
What you
kid.
mean by less? What you mean by that? What you mean? Like they were
Like, like the drama we deal with our women didn't seem as extreme back then. I
No,
guess.
Yeah.
no, shit. It just wasn't. I just feel like it wasn't broadcasted like it is today.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Like
about.
everybody ain't. I feel like ain't nothing new under the sun.
I
Everybody
agree.
done been so right.
I agree with that to an extent. What I'm saying is like I never seen Grandma Mildred and Grandpa Doug really fight or argue. I've never seen it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's different time. Yeah,
yeah,
The
they
time
kept it out the eyes of
they
everybody
can't.
else. They kept
That's
that shit in the dark.
but they probably did. It's just like you wasn't around. Like I get what you're trying to say, but
But
it's
did you?
still
But
like
you older
I'm
you
saying,
older
you
than
came
me.
around when they was older in age. Yeah, they was older in age. You
But
can't.
you older than me. Did you see it?
no, it's not that I wasn't around them enough to see it. What I'm saying they could have still been doing it. What I'm saying is like at them ages, they get it. They know they at the end of the road. It's like they fights is just like a normal fight. It's like they not gonna split up like
Yeah,
what people do today. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
fight like grandpa and like even our parents now, if they're still together,
mhm,
they can like go downstairs. Like I can get into it with my wife right now and go
mhm,
downstairs and like we'll make up in the morning. It's like it's not
mhm,
that big. You know what I'm saying? If you've been together long enough. The
yeah.
problem is with the younger generation, they give up too quick. They not investing in the relationship like how the way should. If you got a baby by somebody, you should be trying off the rip to make everything work. I'm just saying
But
that off the
But
rip.
they not
but
they
You
so
should be trying to
used
make
to.
that work.
No, they use a lot of people is used to when things go bad. It's easier for them to just walk away. But they
Yeah,
don't
that's what I'm
understand.
saying. I'm
Yeah,
saying the
they
same thing. Yeah,
yeah,
it's the
it's
same
yeah.
thing.
easier
They're
for
walking
them
away
just to
too quick.
go.
But
They're
this is
not invested in the relationship to where like they got parents telling them, okay, that's like what you saying, right, B? I'm saying what you saying, B. When the mother is telling the daughter, fuck him, he ain't treating you right, come over here and
Yeah.
come back home. That's the issue. They shouldn't be telling the daughter that. It should be more like
that's
y'all got kids, y'all
It
got a
just
family, y'all should
it
be
just
trying to work it
depends
out.
on what.
That's what I'm
To me, I feel like it depends on the situation. If you get physically, if it's physically abusive, get up out of that motherfucking shit. Get out of that shit. You know.
I didn't say anything about abuse though. We just talking about regular relationships that
Okay.
people walk away because they not happy. The
oh,
abuse conversation is just again a no brainer. That's a different conversation. If
but
somebody whooping your ass and anything like that,
yeah,
yeah, we not even
that's
like
different.
no question. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This is not even back then. You know what I'm saying? Let me take that comment back. Even back in the '70s and '80s, and me and you done been in these conversations, okay? So we're like we like talk to each other. It's like back then, it's like women took ass whoopings. It was like normal practice within the culture. They still didn't go nowhere. They
but that's
practically didn't go nowhere. And he had
that's something
another
that I
family
was.
down the street. Our grandpas had families that sit down the street. They
So
still
so
didn't go
you
nowhere. So that's a
basically
different time.
I'm sure,
you
but it don't
basically
make it right though.
verifying. But
Right.
but
Yeah,
but
don't.
listen,
I
listen
didn't
though.
say that. I
Lot,
didn't say
It
a
that.
don't
lot of
make
No,
it
but listen,
right.
okay.
But you
though. You
basically
saying
verifying my
but
point.
look, you saying stuff back then. Women and men back
Mm-hmm.
then, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Men really was the ones that carried the load. So the woman was damn
Yeah.
near like, man, if I get up out of here, if I leave this motherfucker, I'm on my
Oh,
ass.
what's up, Master
You feel me?
Creator?
I'm saying it's ugly.
It
That's
depends on
I
the
don't got
time
nothing to
frame.
fall
If
back.
you're
part
talking
of
about the
it.
welfare system in the
That's a part
'60s,
of it.
that was the case. In the
But you,
'70s, no.
but listen though. It this is really what it is. It was looked up. It was looked down upon. But
Yeah,
it,
it
it
was frowned
wasn't
upon. Yeah.
promoted. That's
Yeah,
all it
it was
was.
frowned
Like
upon. It was frowned upon,
like
especially on
now,
women. Especially on women. Yeah.
yeah. So now it's like fuck nigga free. Get out of there. If a nigga getting
But
you get
but that's been the past 40 years though, B. That's been like
I agree.
that's been what I'm saying. That's been going on for 40 years though.
Yeah,
Back
I
in the
agree.
'60s, what K-Man talking about it
It was
what
looked down upon.
well, excuse me, what I'm talking about and he talking about
Hmm.
that was the normal practice. They couldn't do it. It was frowned upon hardly
Yeah,
back then. They didn't have nowhere else to go. Now, once they got welfare and
yeah,
they started getting women rights and things of that nature, it changed the whole game. It
yeah,
changed the whole game. That's all it was.
Hey,
yeah.
in the chat, I'm gonna read the chat because y'all can't see it. But
Okay.
man, somebody said the only men who should get vasectomies is the men that do this, and the men that be vaping women, and UL said welfare system that you keep mentioning is an illusion. It never was really a factor.
What is he talking about by that? It was never a factor. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what you mean by that, UL? He was saying the welfare, like it was. See, he say that's been happening forever in all relationships. The only reason there was an illusion that the female had to stay is because the European males tried to set up a system to lock them in.
No,
That-
no,
But that's basically
no,
saying
no,
the
no,
same,
no,
a
no,
similar thing.
no, no. The welfare system was put into place, the aid that was gave to women when they man went off to war. It was strictly made for white women. When black women got access to it during Lyndon B. Johnson, I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson after no Jimmy Carter, no Lyndon B. Jimmy Lyndon B. Yeah, Lyndon B. After the Kennedy got assassinated, he brought in the welfare queens and all that shit. Welfare was already in the system already. White people, white women specifically, was only profiting from that. It wasn't for black women. When black women got access to it, they literally kicked their man out the house and picked the where they picked the government over their man. Like simply just it's just
Yeah,
really that simple.
Yeah, he said Western culture is the system that people now consider a normalization, but has always been just an illusion. Has nothing to
Yeah,
do with
I agree with that.
welfare. It has to do with the inability for a female to gain and control their own property. So basically
Well,
taking control
it's just
away
it's
from the
just
female.
again. That's a conversation to have to like when you break down the welfare system and like what it did in Western societies. That's a whole different like the nuances of that conversation go deep within history, and that's a long conversation. That's a stream by itself. You can have a conversation about. But overall, what we talking about the systems that broke down what women what Cuddy was talking about was like how the way it broke down to like they would look down, frowned upon. When that broke, uh, the normalcy of like women sticking with their man, the normalcy that broke within, I was arguing within the welfare system. That's literally like women had a scapegoat not to deal with their man no more. Literally, that's literally what happened because the government is going to take care of you. They're going to give you funds. They're going to give you food stamps. They're going to give you subsidized housing. They're going to give you all them kind of things in order so that you can take care your baby and live in a house and say fuck a man. That's basically what it broke down to.
Hey, but
yeah,
Which
do you think less that
which basically eradicated the black family, which is
but
like it messed up the household,
But
the family black household.
do you think that it was cool for like, the man to be around if he was like causing problems in the household?
I didn't say that. No,
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 I'm not
no, no.
saying. I'm not saying you said that.
Oh, you talking about in general? You
Yeah,
talking
in
about in general?
general.
If he was like, if he was a problem, okay, okay. Overall, when you make that argument, overall, when it came to like families being together, the outcomes of like how the way black people were successful within that time, yes, whether it was bad or not, we still had better outcomes. Period.
hmm
You can't argue the fact
yeah.
within the time before welfare, the welfare queen, excuse me, during the 1965 Act when they came in and they let women come in with the civil rights and they start taking black man jobs and white man jobs, everybody jobs. They got into the workforce. Before that, black people had the highest marriage rates and they were together. They was making it work. That is a fact. You cannot get past that fact.
Yeah,
That's
the family
so.
You
lasts
said
So the
longer.
outcome was better. The women may argue to like they were, they was under oppression. They may argue that, but overall, it was still good for family values and with us having stronger families overall.
UL said that welfare has become an excuse used by Western culture against black cultures, and now black cultures have taken it and now so they can fit in. Like black cultures took the welfare thing so they can fit in, or
But again, education is a very important thing when you having these type of arguments. I mean, and we don't have to keep going back in. We can keep talking about what we can talk about. What he's talking about is a nuanced conversation to have about the damages on what welfare did, because welfare always okay. Welfare is social program, right?
yeah,
Welfare, right? Social programs that assist society to where like our taxpayer money that pay to where like because social programs is not a bad thing when you look across the world. The only time it's tend to be bad is within Western societies capitalist societies, hyper capitalist societies. So we're like, rich people don't want to pay into a system that's going to help people, like healthcare, basic things like basic needs that people should have. Most countries have this already. First world countries have social programs, all of them. You can't name one that don't. I promise you, you cannot. And it's robust at that. Meaning they have universal health care or some kind of form of first payer health care to where like our tax monies pay for all this. To where like we paying for everything already. The difference between America, to wrap it up real simple, is that our tax money do not go to the actual citizens that pay taxes. It goes to wars, it goes to rich people that get tax cuts, and it's like we keep paying into a system that keep taking our dollars.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that's what
funding
it
that everything else.
You
But
know,
that's funding
my
everything else but
question,
us. That's what it boils
my
down to.
question,
less a socialist. He
my
I'm a
is.
question,
socialist when it comes to economics. That's
my
for sure.
question.
No. I take that back. B. I'm a social democrat. That's for sure. When it comes to economics, I tend to lean left when it comes to economics because the system is rigged. If it wasn't rigged, I'll be because capitalism. If capitalism really worked, it'd be dog eat dog. Man, it wouldn't be no bailouts. It wouldn't be no rich people that need money from the government or anything. That's how capitalism capitalism
I'm a
capitalism is built.
Universal
capitalist
belief system.
through and
he
through. I'm a capitalist through and through.
He
I
said.
ain't
He
gonna
As
lie.
far as
said.
capitalism, we're like, name me a capitalist system that ever took care of any society though. Capitalism don't work for no society. Not dog eat dog capitalism.
He said. He
I
said.
mean,
UL said this hurt. This hurt them because they built up the belief of Western system of a male being the dominant structure. That illusion never existed. It was the Western belief system.
Nah, that's BS. He talking BS.
but no, but
Man, it
I
was
can
that
kind of,
way.
I
It
can kind
was
of,
that way at first. It was that way. It was that way at
I
first.
can
It's not that way
agree.
now.
I can agree with him because you got to think.
Huh?
If you follow the Christian belief, which is primarily the Western ideal, it's misogynistic, and that's what they ride on. The men is that,
That's the
not,
whole world. Then that's the whole world. That's the whole
but
world. It's not just
not the whole
Western.
world not everybody in the whole world is
It's worse
Christian
anywhere you go outside of the Western uh,
hemisphere.
ideology of capitalism. It's worse. It's worse everywhere. The male runs everything.
But that's pretty much in nature outside of a few species. To be honest, the male dominate.
Okay, again, you saying what I'm saying.
That's it's just
Unless
nature.
because westernized civilization, okay, westernized civilizations give women a up in society. They give them rights that they don't have rights nowhere else outside of westernized societies. Period. You can't name nowhere else. Period.
The only place I could say
Women
is
do not have rights how they have in America
it's
or
places
Britain
in like it's
or
Asian
Germany or
cultures,
anywhere else in the
certain Asian
civilized world.
cultures where the women run the show. It is. I've seen it, and they
Where?
actually
Where?
they women
Name them.
run them
Name them.
well.
Name them. Name them. Don't just say that. Don't just say
Hold on,
that.
let
Where?
me. I gotta.
No, I'm
I don't
talking
Today.
know
when
it
you
off the
think
Today.
in the
top.
whole world and not just
Hold on.
humans, it's not like
The
that
whole
though.
world. Where?
Not
Where?
in the
Where?
whole world. Like we was just
No,
talking
no,
Where?
no.
about the queen that run the ants. We can name
Yeah,
different things that to
We
where it's
talking
different.
about
We
certain
civilized.
people.
talking about people. But what we was talking about, we was talking about the vasectomy thing.
Oh yeah, let's get to that.
Yeah, let's get to that because I don't know. I'm Kobe. What you think about that though, Kobe?
I ain't speaking. I ain't,
You
I ain't speaking. Me
It
personally, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't do
Here it goes right here. It's the Masu in China, known as the Kingdom of Women, where families are matriarchal and women manage households and property. Men visit partners in systems called walking marriages. So the men don't even live with the family. They come and go. The women run the show.
What you talking about? Ancient society? Is
No,
it?
no,
Is,
this is
is this what
modern.
you bringing up?
They do this today. It's called
Where? Where again?
Masu, China. Masu.
In China, well, no, well, China is literally probably the most civilized society that's in the world. So, what you talking about? Something? Where is this at again? A rural
It's
part of
Masu.
China?
It's called Masu, China. I watched a documentary about it. The women dress real nice, and then they do the
Okay.
walk marriages. The man come and they what's the name? But they can't stay the night. They gotta leave, but they can sneak in at night and have sex with the
Which is
wife.
what? Which is what?
But
Which is what? What are you saying? What is that
no,
about being
but I'm saying
a
that's
matriarchy? That's
that's
not a
the
matriarchy.
it is a matriarchy. The women run the property, the money, the men. The women run everything.
They own everything. You
The
saying the
women
women
own
own
everything.
everything?
The women, the
Okay,
property, the
well,
family, everything.
maybe that's maybe 1%. Okay, out of 99%. Okay, okay, all right,
But
all
I'm
right.
just
If
saying.
that's true,
But I'm just saying it is societies like that, and that's not the only one. It's different ones like
it's not that many. It's not.
not that
No,
many.
It's
It's
not
not that
even. It's
many.
not even close to the majority. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying. You asked me
You
where,
cannot.
have
That's
they
one
done it?
example. Okay, okay.
It's
Just
other
because.
examples, but
Okay, okay.
Yes,
I
it's
give you
many.
other.
that. I give you that. You give it. I'm gonna get that to you without me even researching it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
even know what you're talking about.
yeah. Look
Without
into
me even researching it,
it.
it don't make that the rule. Like
Oh, I
I would
know.
easily say 95% of society runs off men running society, and it's a
I agree.
patriarchy.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
So
I agree.
so
I'm just
so
saying
the
that
minority
there are matriarchies.
matriarchy ran
Yeah,
society.
yeah. In modern
I
time,
Yeah.
that's the first one I ever heard of. I promise you.
it's a whole
No,
bunch of them.
And
yeah, they did it in Ghana, in China, ancient
Yeah.
Egypt. It's a lot of
Hmm.
different places.
It's a lot of them.
ancient. I said today.
No,
But
today
no,
They
it
it
do.
is not even.
changed.
It's not even.
Those are today.
It's so minute. It's not even worth talking about. Almost. It's
Like
not even that many when you compare.
even the most. I wouldn't even call her the true ruler because we know is men behind it. But like, just think about the Queen in England. Like that was a matriarchy,
Mhm.
technically. Technically,
Because a woman was a queen.
yeah,
Yeah,
technically, it's a matriarchy.
it's been historically the norm, but it's not universal.
It's not universal. Yeah.
It's
So
not historically the norm, though.
It is
but
like
I,
Maybe that's a
when
misnomer.
you look at the history of it, men have
Yeah,
been in control of a lot of
the
shit.
history of it is not a norm. You saying it wrong. It's not the norm.
no,
Literally,
no,
it's not.
no. Men
It's
typically
not.
run the show. Men typically run the show,
No,
but
men do run the show. Not
yeah,
typically, they do
but
across
not
the
in
board.
all cases. That's why I was saying. That's why we was bringing
No,
up the
but
matriarchy.
it's like 95% of the cases.
Yeah, that's typically the rule.
The
Man,
outcome of
yeah.
men creating, ruling, starting
Hmm.
wars, winning wars,
I agree.
giving rights.
Yeah, I'm not in.
Men do that, not women.
Yeah, I'm not in disagreement with that. But
Only in Western society you see women who
let's.
have a voice that's bigger than men that out trump men to say like, no, you women should go back to the kitchen or go, do
Yeah,
this such and such, and then you will get counseled or you will really have consequences for really having these beliefs. Only within Western
let's way
society,
back to
but keep in
the
mind.
conversation
But
though.
wait, but wait, B,
Go ahead.
but wait, B. Let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Keep in mind within Western societies, this is not the majority of the world.
But it just
Western
I agree.
societies populations only make up about maybe 15% of the world population. Western society, I don't know the exact numbers, but I promise you it's low, like 15% or something like that. So the
But
majority of the world lives in a patriarchy.
yeah,
Yes,
but when
it
you
does.
say but when you say Western society slash Western influences,
Meaning Europe and America.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. This
yeah,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
our I got to say our culture because we in Western society, so
Yeah, Western. It's
it's
Western.
pretty much everywhere.
And
It's-
it's crazy because I
well,
think
now, because
I,
liberalism it literally has seeped in everywhere. To like they pushing
Yeah,
it everywhere. You know,
every
we
and
did
it,
it because we even did it through religion, like with the priests, the
yeah,
kings, and the
yeah,
gods. We did it through
yeah,
religion.
yeah,
We changed it. Men changed it. Like, and then when
yeah,
you think about the agriculture and out there working in the fields and doing all the hard labor and doing shit like
mhm,
that,
yeah. It's kind of like
and what you mean by that? What you mean? What you mean? Keep going. What you?
like
I'm trying to understand what you mean.
like like how the farming it required heavy physical labor, and
Which is men. That's what men
which
do.
is
Yeah,
men,
that's what
yeah.
men do.
So we
Hmm.
control the land, the livestock, the surplus food, all that, the
mhm,
economic
Yeah,
and
all
the
that.
social
Yeah,
power.
infrastructure. The whole infrastructure is built off what men do.
And then we're not talking about war.
have y'all asked Chat GPT about that before? I have. When they asked, I've said, um, if the world ended, or no, sorry, if the world, if all the women in the world disappeared, how would society go? They said that if the world was ran by men in the span of
Without
10,
no
with no women, in the span of
without
10,
no procreation,
yeah, look, so this
200
is what they
years. I
said.
give it 200 years.
They they
200,
said
200.
they said that the man society will eventually implode. It won't last.
Yeah, I give it about 200 years. About 200.
They said the woman society will keep going on. That's what they
No,
said.
it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
That's
Now,
what
wait,
That's a
ChatGPT
lie.
what
said.
did you ask it?
Ask it
How?
this:
How
if
That's
would
not the
all
right
the men,
question. He didn't
hold
ask
on,
the
hold
right
on,
question. He
ask,
didn't ask the right question.
look, put it in right now because I know you got your phone.
okay, now
Yeah.
if they
If
You didn't ask
all
the right
men,
hey,
question. You didn't ask the right
hold on,
question. You
listen,
didn't ask the right question.
wait. Let me tell them the question I asked. I said, if all men disappeared and it was just women left, how would society would society go on? And then ask the inverse: if all men, and see what it tell you.
If
It
Wait,
said the
all
don't
woman
jump to the
men
society
man.
will
What did
go.
it say about
disappeared,
the women
what?
first? What did it say about the women?
If all women disappeared and only men were here, what would happen?
Yeah, see what it say. Watch. It's a and they tell you why. It's
Okay,
because
hold on.
women.
Let me share this
Go ahead.
because y'all could be able to see it yourself too. Or
Okay.
I keep shit set up, so all you got to do is click
how-
that screen
but
right there.
that's my thing. How's that when there's no procreating going on? Eventually, both of them gonna die off.
Again, that's why I said 200 years. If it's no
But I'm talking about as
procreation,
society.
200 years.
Watch how it
I would
explains.
say that I would say the
Material,
women will crumble within 20 years.
perspective,
They crumble. The whole society will crumble.
family,
The
But
men,
watch,
I give it 200
but
years
watch what
because ain't no
balance
babies
and
being
empathy
born.
and
but watch what
communication,
Chat GPT say. Chat GPT
culture,
is say something completely
that's
different.
literature and culture, yeah, leadership and politics. It said a lot. Y'all
The
see it?
women.
Do y'all see it on the screen?
No, we can't see
Nope.
it.
No, you got to
The,
click that video right there that
the
I
watch
just
screen.
shared it. Yeah, the watch screen.
Okay, it's
You
kind
got
of blurred.
no, just when you click it, like when I play it, you'll be able to hear it though.
Okay.
Now that's a
Oh
fascinating thought
dang, wait,
experiment.
hold on. Dang, I didn't switch my shit up. Let me
Okay.
switch it back to the headset. All right, here go
Mhm.
right here. It's gonna tell
Yeah,
you right
I can't
now
see the
what it's
words. Let
saying.
me just
You
listen.
don't got to. Here it
Just
go.
listen.
I'm about to rely. I'm about
Yeah,
to read
I'm
it.
listening. I'm
Now
listening
that's
to
a
it. Yeah.
fascinating thought experiment. You're asking, if only men existed, what would happen to humanity? Let's break it down from several angles: biological, social, and psychological. Nasher 1: Biological consequences. Reproduction would be impossible naturally. Human reproduction requires eggs from women and sperm from men. Without women, there would be no natural way to create offspring. Possible technological workaround, future oriented, scientists might eventually use artificial wombs or parthenogenesis, egg creation from male cells, but that's purely speculative today. Genetic diversity would shrink. Even with technology, starting from only male DNA would severely limit genetic variation, increasing the risk of diseases and mutations over generations.
Damn.
Number 2: social and psychological consequences. No maternal or female perspectives. Social structures, caregiving, and emotional norms would likely be shaped entirely by male experience. Some studies suggest societies dominated by one gender tend to reinforce aggressive or competitive behaviors, but this is influenced by culture and biology together. Changes in family and community dynamics. Traditional roles like nurturing children, raising families, and cooperative group management would either disappear or have to be artificially replicated. Loss of gender balance in empathy and communication. While men can be empathetic, female representation contributes different social strategies, cooperation patterns, and problem solving approaches. Number 3. Cultural and civilizational impacts. Art, literature, and culture. Cultural output would be filtered entirely through male perspectives. Many historical innovations and art forms came from female experiences and worldviews. Leadership and politics. Without women, patriarchal structures wouldn't exist, they'd be replaced by whatever social norms men create. But history suggests male dominated societies often favor hierarchy and competition. Population collapse. Even if society functioned temporarily, humanity couldn't continue naturally without females. Eventually, extinction would be inevitable unless
That's the
technology
simple
intervened. Bottom line,
explanation.
humanity could survive short term in a male only world. Long term survival without women would be impossible naturally. Gender diversity isn't just a social or political issue, it's biologically essential for the species.
Okay, yeah.
Now ask it, what
It's an
about women?
oxymoron conversation to even have because literally the last explanation what she said is like without procreation. Okay, let's just say
Now,
genetically,
now ask it
uh,
about the
a
women.
man. Let's just say this. Let's say this. Man can genetically engineer themselves so like we can use incubators to bring other men. That's a different argument. Men can live in society within the infrastructure that we built and keep it going. Women cannot because women are not within the infrastructure already predominant. So women would not only have to learn how to do what men do, but have to have the willpower and
Because
strength to do what men
I think I think the because I got to pull it up on mine. I think it is. I think it is this. The question is like if all men disappeared or all women disappeared, like as civilization is now. You get what I'm saying? Like if you woke
do.
up if you woke up today and all the women disappeared, it's a
Hmm.
it's a men that go into a Great Depression. We'll start fighting with it give you that breakdown. They said
Okay.
women will women will get rid of a
Band
lot.
together.
Yeah, they start banding together. They more
Yeah. That's
communal than us.
that's
Social. They
basically
just
what it was
social beings.
saying.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, they social beings. Okay.
That's
they
basically what it was saying.
it's easier for
So
women
girl
to
power. They do girl
do
power. They do all the man work. Girl power.
yeah,
More
they'll
female
form together and it become a little bit
mind.
easier for them to navigate because they
There,
have
there is no time in history. Explain to me a
Yeah.
time in history where men dominated. Where
The
like,
feels.
even though we destroy countries, even though
Yeah.
it as we destroying, we wasn't creating at the same time.
it happened a lot actually shit. But just think about it like this.
Again,
We
we destroy and create at the same time.
but look, if you remove if you remove the woman element out of it, you can't create. You just destroying.
But
What we destroy? What is? Wait a second. Wait a
I
second.
don't know.
Is
Just think,
you saying now? Is your argument? Are you saying women gonna live longer than men if it was
women already live longer than
all
men.
women?
That's a fact.
No, I'm just saying because men protect other women from other men. That's why they live longer. Men will go
I
around
don't
and
know about
savage
them.
and kill all the women and rape
Okay,
them
but
and
look, Cuddy,
make
but
them have babies all day. They die
let's
from baby
let's
death
let's
Power
let's
and all
look
kind
at
of different stuff.
for one,
You
women outlive men naturally, and it's
Why
more
do
women
they
on the
outlive men?
and it's more women on the planet than men. It's always like that.
If
It's always
women,
been.
if most men were barbaric, right? Their
Hmm.
natural nature.
Hmm.
If they made women have babies lay on their fucking backs all day and cook and go pick the fields and go get our food and shit like that all day, how
But
long
that's
do you think their lifeline will really be?
but that's not
Men
how.
die because of wars. We die because of wars. and
But that's
famine
not how. That's how.
and because of
That's
ailments because we out in the elements.
but
Men
that's
are
not how.
built for
No,
this
bruh,
naturally.
our that's not our natural state
Some
anyway.
What
somebody said machines have been doing most of the work for the last 100 years.
Yeah,
that
Manpower is
man
an
can do
illusion.
today, that man can do today. Machine,
Yeah.
man can do anything a machine can do.
Throats in the
yeah.
middle
To an
of the
extent,
night.
yeah.
Yeah,
To
I
an,
agree.
I agree with that.
What are you
But
talking about? That's just replacing our labor force in order so rich people can have more money so that they don't have to pay for the labor that they
labor.
have to pay for men to
But
work.
this
Women
is what.
cannot do what men do laborly. Do we agree with that?
Yeah,
Nah,
but
I don't know.
also,
Women
but
can do
also,
anything nowadays, though. Les,
but
they can
also,
do
With
let's.
anything.
technology, yes.
Mhm.
Not with technology, but they can do damn near anything that we do. Well,
Like
yeah, with
what?
technology also,
Like what?
but
Like what? Explain.
like they can be
Women,
farmers. They can be
women
tech.
weld, women
They can
farm.
do
Yeah.
what a man can do on the farm. Do you think a woman got manpower hours within one day on the farm working the farm if they was to work
But
each
they
other?
don't.
If you
But
sit
look,
down a
look, look.
woman and a man,
Let me put stuff in perspective though. Without, like, think about it. If you just had to survive for yourself,
Can
you
women
by
do the
yourself,
same
right?
work
You
as
didn't have to
men?
take care. You didn't have to take care of your family, right? You just had to take care of yourself.
mhm,
Isn't it a lot easier if you only had to take care of
yeah,
yourself? So
it would be
think
easier for me than a woman.
a woman can take care of herself too. That's what I'm saying. This is not no. There's plenty of women take care of themselves.
No. Yeah. Because I just have to ask
Is this a
Chatbot
man world? Yes or no?
Say it again.
said
I couldn't
no,
hear you.
Is this a man world?
no,
Do men
No.
not conquer the world? Do men not dominate the world?
in a sense. But most
I
of the
don't.
men, even the
Like,
men
what we
that
living in a
be in,
utopia?
no, I'm
What's this, a
saying
utopia now? What is we living in?
most of the men that are in control have women behind them that are still pulling
I
Nobody
strings.
have
is
to.
taking away what women.
I would give
Listen,
you.
listen,
I would
listen.
give you. I would give
Maybe
you
y'all
this.
trying to think.
I'm.
Maybe you
This,
trying to say like I'm underplaying women' role in society. I'm not. I'm not.
yeah.
That's not what I'm
But
trying to say.
you
I'm
just speaking
telling
on
you,
dominant.
men are built to survive and go through harder struggles than women. That's biological. You cannot
Yeah.
argue that. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Biologically, we are fit to go in this world and go through more turmoil and hard work, wars and everything like because we're men and
But
they're
you,
women. When
so
women sit around and they don't
I
have to
don't. I
fight
look.
wars
I
and they
can't
don't have to
agree.
work the
I
field,
can't. I
so
they
can't
do
can live
agree.
you,
longer. That's
so
why they live
you
longer.
don't think a
I can't
woman can
agree with
build
that.
up her strength to be stronger than you, like in the aspects of doing certain things?
Man, I would not even bet with a UFC fighter woman that's 140 pounds. I wouldn't bet with her with 100-pound man that got a mentality like a man. I will bet every time on the man to whoop her ass 100%. I don't give a fuck if he never fought
He
UFC or
said the
anything
men
like that.
believe they own the
But I
believe
mean,
Period.
and
to an
forget
ex- to
who
an ex-
the
to an
puppet
extent, I
master
agree with
is.
you. But when you're talking about
Damn.
uh, a societal,
You're arguing about women mentality, their
yeah,
willpower.
yeah,
I'm fine with that. I'm not
yeah. That's
underplaying
my.
what
I
women can
think when
do in
I like
when
society.
I like what
I
Master
think
Creator said. He said the man believed they own illusions and forget who the puppet master was.
I agree with that. I think the
I
women.
don't
I
know what he
think
means
women.
by that.
He
I
said the
think women.
Brill about to explain it right now.
Yeah, I think women run the show. To be honest, uh,
Because men allow them to.
but it's not even just allowance. I think it's just nature. Women are run the show by nature
If
because
men ran around and wanted to kill everybody, who can stop men from doing what they want to do?
women that make other
The
men do it like they've been doing.
the
Other men. No, other men. Ain't no other women. What are
the
you
No,
talking
I'm
love
about?
saying
the
women
love
been
of a woman.
making men stop men all this time.
Yeah,
The
that's what I
point
That's
feel
how
like.
is,
it works.
regardless, okay,
Let
you're
hold
talking
on.
about the
Let
brain
me give
power of
let me
women. That's
let
You
me.
called
can't have
survivalism.
nothing else
But
but
look,
get
look, look, look.
pulled into the
This how crazy. This how
confrontation
crazy it is for
of
women.
the way or
A
control to
woman
do
can
anything about it.
a woman can be behind the scenes running the whole country behind the man.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
while
She can
using
run the
men.
whole show
While
behind.
using men, not women, while
But
using men.
that's her
Okay.
superpower is using men.
But that's what they
That's what
had to do because
that
they
that's what
weren't
they
able to
do.
get a lot of positions because of us being in control. So
Yeah,
when you think about a lot of the big companies that
I
have
feel like they're talking about just like the brute,
the
the brute
bruteness,
brute
of.
force.
but
But
they
even though they're cunning, women is cunning and kind of but he's saying like if men want to flip a switch, they kill everything.
What are they going to do about it?
yeah, but
It's some women that's
that
stronger than some men out there, though. I
No,
hate to
fuck
but
say
all
it.
but
that weak ass
oh,
shit. We
I
can
hate to
rape them
say
and
it.
make them have babies, all that.
We
What are
can't
you
say
talking
that on
about? We can make
YouTube.
them have kids. We can
but
we can be
We
full brutes.
I
Kobe was on
want
the right track. He was saying it right.
I'm
we
We can
did
be
that
full
already.
brutes, make them have
yeah if,
babies, make them
okay
say fuck their whole civilization of other men,
I
and make
I
them have
100
babies and have
I
kids and all that.
100% I 100% agree with you. But they can also make us kill each other. That's
They
their superpower.
they
I'm
do
like,
that
okay,
already.
that's fine, but it's
They
still
do that on
men
the
doing
side.
anything.
They do that on the
They do
west
that
side
So
right
what?
now.
already.
So what? That don't mean anything. He didn't make a good point. It's still
That's
men
they.
doing it.
But
Y'all
Nature
but
doing it.
if
has designed it so that the
I
males don't
think
even
I
know
think
when they
I think
are
that's
in
a I think the manipulation is a greater superpower
fertility.
than brute
Just
force.
like the ants don't. Oh
That's a
That's
yeah,
a
different
greater.
argument.
that's a
That's
good
a
That's
one.
different argument. That's a different
That's a
argument.
good one. UL said nature has disguised itself, has disguised so it makes so it makes don't even know when they are in servitude, just like the ants
Now,
don't
see, here
even
we
know.
go. Here we go. Like, see, tell him to stop with the subliminal. Just say what he got to say.
He's saying that
He's
but I
throwing
but I get it.
subliminal messages. Just say what you got to say. No, I get what he's saying too, but
Yeah.
the subliminals is unnecessary. Just say what you got to say plainly. And see,
See,
the problem is like it's like women don't know brute force. This how some men don't know brute force when you start dealing with men who who's forcing their will in society. Women do not force their will in society unless men allow them to. Period. That's cut and dry. You cannot get past that. Name me a society of women that dominated men. I'm waiting.
the Amazon, the women of the Amazon.
the United States.
Which is who?
That was
Which
a
is
long
who?
time ago, though. That was a
A
long
war.
time ago.
No, 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 no. No. Don't make it up. Who?
No, it's
I
What
just
not.
said
It's
society
not.
of women that had a war of women that dominated men?
It
but
was
but that's not they superpower.
the
That's
women of
not
the
they
Amazon
Okay,
that
so why
superpower.
ran
you
the
saying it
world.
like it is though?
Look, this is they superpower. They superpower. You talking about war and all that
The
other shit? That ain't
superpowers is opening up their legs.
that's they
That's their fucking
superpower.
superpower.
That's their superpower. Look, this how strong
That's
they
it.
superpower.
Let's say
This,
that. Let's say that. That's it.
but look, but that's
They
the
don't
that
dominate men no other way. We
but that's they
create
but
everything. We
that's they
built society. We
superpower.
built infrastructure. We made everything.
We
Listen. All anything that's made in the world when it comes to
we are.
technology,
But
the
look,
mass majority of everything is
I'm
dominated by
a,
men.
I agree with you with that. But why do men build civilization in the first place?
Why is there a but? Where's the
Women.
but coming from?
Why did women? I mean, why did men build civilization in the first place?
Because
To
men
protect
are
to
creators and
protect who?
conquerors and destroyers.
But to protect
We
who?
create, we conquer, and we destroy.
Yeah, they
Most men
want
are minimalists, correct? You would think most men are
Yes.
minimalists.
Yes, followers. They are followers. Yes.
Okay, so what was the point of men building bigger and better houses? For who?
Children and kids. I mean, women and kids.
Women and children, right? Who
Okay.
who who would tell you right now? You a man like me.
Who ever tell you they putting a woman over a man? Figure out that part.
Put a woman over a man in what? In what sense?
Society. The man is the head first. We run everything. Why would you ever have a conversation with me about a
No,
woman running anything?
no, you not. Look. They'll send your man. Woman's value is higher than the men. Yes or no?
Oh, please let me hear this. Let me hear this woman worshiping now.
Here,
Let me
no,
hear
no, no,
this
no,
part.
no.
Let's hear this
No,
part.
no, no.
Let's
Look,
hear let's hear
no.
the queen. Let's hear the aunt. Let's hear
Listen,
what the soul like. The
listen.
woman, brings in
Let me
life without the
explain.
seed. Let's hear this part.
Let me
Let's hear
explain.
this.
Here,
Let's hear this Africanism, whatever
here.
that you
No,
gonna kill
look,
with this
no,
protest.
look. Here in the United States. This ain't Africa. They send Joe, 18-year-old boy out there to go get his head knocked off, killed, murdered,
Okay.
destroyed, blown up, killed. Well, he a pawn to protect who?
Damn.
To protect who?
Keep going.
Who do we? I'm asking you.
Man.
If I send Joe, I could go send
Assist
come
him to protect what status quo
protect
system?
the
What is
women
he protecting? I don't
and
know.
children. If you was on a boat right now,
No.
you can't get on the
Come
boat
on,
until who's
man.
on the boat.
No.
Come on. Come
At
on,
the
Slick.
know,
Come
Eric.
on, Slick.
at the cruise
Come on,
ship,
Slick. Come on, Slick. Come on,
at the
Slick. You got to
cruise
come up with a better
at
example. You got to
Kobe,
come
if
up
the
with a
cruise
better,
ship
different
was
analogy.
if the cruise ship was going down, they do what? Wait for the women
And
and
children.
children. The men
They say the
don't
women and
last.
You
children
got
first.
plenty. You got plenty of men that live in this world that got power who don't give a fuck about families and any of that shit. What you just said. Plenty.
Okay,
Hey,
but that's
hey,
not.
That's the society.
You going back to the rule?
Hey,
In the
Hitler.
exception.
No,
I thought that.
I'm
I
just
thought
speaking
that
of
of.
fact.
I
I'm
thought
speaking
that of
fact.
Hitler. I thought that of Hitler. But you go see
You
Hitler
got
with his
plenty of
family.
men
He
that's
was.
willing. You got
He was a
plenty of
family
men that's
man
willing to
still.
burn down the world and don't give a fuck about anything what you just said.
But they care
Simply
about.
because they want to kill
They
people.
care about they
They don't give
woman
a
and
shit
they
about nothing what
family
you
though.
just said.
I bet
There's
they'll
plenty
say
of men out there. That's
They-
a woman thought. That's a woman
you'll
thought. What you
you'll
just said.
burn down your whole block to save your wife and kids.
No, I will. You got a lot of men who don't give a fuck about wife and kids. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Let
Wait a
the
second.
girls
Wait a second.
believe
Wait a
it.
second.
Use
Wait a
your
second.
own
Listen.
thing.
Listen. Wait a second.
I'm
B.
use your own thing against you.
Listen.
You talking about the
Listen, B.
you talking
Listen, B.
about the exception,
Listen, B.
not the
Listen,
rule.
B. Morally. Listen, B. Morally, I agree with you. But overall, you
That's
got
to
a
disagree
whole
with.
war going on. Listen. You got a whole war going on right now where kids and all this shit that you talking about getting murdered and people see it on TV. And what the fuck did you just say, man? The moral standard, what you talking about? And a lot of men don't give a fuck about it.
Because it's not happening to their women and children. If it was happening to their women and children, it'd be a whole different thing. That's the whole point. It's a whole different thing.
No, it's not the whole point. A lot of men will burn down the world.
That is the point.
No.
We over there. We over there. We look. That's like if you had a random people's women and children on this hand and had your women and children on, it's no brainer. You're gonna drop them other kids. You saving your family.
That's not the way you look at people getting killed across the world for nothing.
No, I'm telling you, that is what's
people
going
get killed
on.
for nothing all the time.
That's what's
for
going
other reason other than religion.
We can't say the certain words like kill and murder and like we can't say that kind of stuff on YouTube. Yeah,
I apologize. Getting
off.
Minus. Getting minus stuff.
Minus stuff. Yeah.
I apologize. But
unalive.
Unalive, yeah, minus.
Yeah, unalive.
So you got people in other countries getting unalived, women, children, etc. And the propaganda of that is we're doing that to keep our women and children safe. That's what it is.
That's the excuse we use.
That's
really all about
part
power.
Of the propaganda. That's not the full propaganda, but go on.
But that's typically what it is, and it's like you'll go to war for yours, right? I'll go to war for mine. So we the dispensable ones. We go to fight for our women and our children. We fight for them because we value them more than ourselves. That's all I was saying.
That's the narrative. Well, maybe 500 years ago, but going, yeah.
But that's even today, because if somebody tried to come to your house right now You'll lay your life on the line for your women and children.
You arguing that today? You think the wars that's going on today, that's over gas, oil, property, is over because you just want to protect your kids? Are you
That's
serious?
how a lot of them feel, is what he's saying. That's the
No,
propaganda. That's
I'm
the
arguing.
illusion.
I'm arguing all the wars that's going on
But
right now, especially with America, with Western countries, don't
That's
have
the
okay,
anything
illusion.
to do with what he just said.
okay,
Don't have
That's
anything
the
to do with what he
illusion of
just
what a
okay.
said.
lot of them believe, though.
Okay,
But
that's easy. That's propaganda. That's how the way you get into
but that's what I
cults,
that
and
but
that's how the way you get
that's
into
what I
ideology.
but that's what I just said. I said the propaganda of it is if you don't go fight, this harm gonna come to your doorstep. That's the ideology. That's the propaganda. The propaganda is we fight. I was in the military, so it's the whole thing is fight for
To
your
get you to
country.
believe in something to go kill babies and kids in order to you justify it.
That's the
But,
propaganda.
okay, go ahead.
That's the propaganda.
Okay. hmm
So if
Oh,
somebody was to
excuse me. To unalive,
to
Let
unalive,
me
to
stop there.
unalive. So
Yeah.
if somebody told me, right, go over here
hmm
and unalive these people for oil, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. But if somebody tells me, go unalive these people, or they gonna unalive your children and your wife,
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
gonna
doing
do
it
that in a
without
heartbeat.
hesitation.
You gonna do it in a heartbeat.
We're gonna do it without. That's why.
Babies, aunties,
That's the but
cousins,
for
innocent babies and
but
pampers
that's
running around.
but that's the exchange for that's the propaganda. Like I said,
Really,
So,
that's
it's
the
it's
propaganda.
propaganda now. Even though they don't got guns,
absolutely
missiles, they
not.
not fighting back. Let's just say you
But
just going in there
but
Yeah,
the
y'all
and
prop
said
the
but
service tell you
but
to go in there.
but the
Let's just
propaganda
say the
the
service
prop
telling you. Let's just wait. Let's just say in the service telling you to go in this whole town and you just blow up the whole town. No conscience about it, right? Nothing about all your morals is out the window, right? That Christianity
no
shit
it's
don't matter no more, right?
but look,
No what?
this is
You got a
not.
Christian now, right? When you do it, are you a Christian, sir?
But I'm not a Christian anyway. But what I'm
Most
getting
people
at,
that go to the service that fight for this country are Christians.
yeah. But
is it?
again,
Is it?
it's a lot.
Yes, that's a
It's
fact.
a lot. It's a lot.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's a lot. But this is the propaganda of it. Again, I'm doing
Are
this.
most people that go
I'm
to
going to
war
this
for the
country and I'm
United
doing this
States
to
Christian?
protect my family. That's how it is. That's how it's put off. Because if you don't go over there and do
So
this,
convenient. So convenient though. It's convenient though. We're going.
I agree. But I can't shake the fact that that's a fact. What did they say? Go
What's the
fight for
fact?
your. It's a
What's the
fact
fact? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
that the
A fact. What's the fact?
propaganda is to protect your country, right? That's what they say in every
But
commercial.
if it's propaganda, that's not a fact. What's the fact?
No, the fact is that they push the propaganda to fight for your country. They say
Draw
that
to draw people to come
to
fight.
draw people to come fight. That's the propaganda, right? That's a fact. They do that. The fact is, every commercial you see, the few, the proud, the Marines, fight for your country, the Army strong, all that, all of them things are to promote, are to have young men go and fight for their country, and what they say, fight for freedom, fight for this, fight for that. You fighting to protect your homeland. That's the whole propaganda. Nothing else. They don't go. They don't put it on the commercials. Go. Let's go.
Today is terrorism. The fight against terrorism. Okay,
And why do they fight against terrorism? Because they didn't blew up, or they, I don't know. It's like I said, I don't know
I,
all the details.
I honestly feel about America. America is a war machine. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what
I
I feel.
agree.
I feel like they keep the America go to other countries and keep shit in order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, that I'm coming over here about, yeah, I'm like
it's
basically
a
like I'm
police force.
yeah, I'm a bully.
Yeah,
And I don't care. I'll blow everything up over here.
it's a
You
police
keep
force.
like,
Definitely.
boy, I'm like, man,
that's not a police force.
They
Well,
they
I guess
they
it is.
police the world.
Whatever.
It is.
It's
It is.
controlling. Yeah, it's controlling.
It's a police force.
But okay. I'll call it something differently, but
I
yeah,
mean,
okay, whatever.
whatever
you
you
know,
would
you
call it.
I'll
understand.
call them terrorists. I'll call them terrorists. Our country
They are.
terrorize the world.
They are.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I think they are because they come to other people. They come to other people's countries and try to tell them what to do within their country.
mm-hmm.
not
Try to
try to
control.
tell them. They do tell them what to
They
do.
say
They do tell them what.
It's supposed to be.
the Marine
They
Corps
gangsters.
is the most Christian heavy, while the Air Force has most religious diversity.
That makes sense because it would be because typically Air Force is seen as the more intelligent branch, and when you got anywhere you got more intelligence, you got more
The
diversity.
fly boys, like the fly boys. They're the fly boys.
Yeah,
They cute.
It's like
They
that's
the
how
more. They the more decorated. They the
has
more
been
pilots.
more has
like
been in
Pilots
it.
of the group. They ain't like you,
No,
B.
in
They ain't like
the
you, B. You
higher
stepping in, trying to kill everybody.
because this happens anywhere uh where intelligence increase, religion get more diverse until you reach the pinnacle of intelligence. Then it's a
well
majority atheists.
UL
That's just
said
how.
in the chat, he said the communists, the terrorists, the cover story, but it's really for the resources to certain set of people can keep the luxury great for their for their precious life or whatever.
Yeah, that makes
Which
sense.
is which
I
is
agree.
Western society. That's what
Yeah.
society is. Yeah.
Now I 100% agree with that.
There has been in
It's like we don't need a lot of the stuff like that we have to survive, but to keep our lifestyles going, if we got to take whatever we need, we'll take it. That's just
Listen. You could be.
Mhm.
I would never have a conversation with you to like I'm not pro-American. I promise you that.
Yeah.
But I will be honest about the conversation when it comes to what America do. And
Yeah.
I tend not to agree with it because I think that's what caused a lot of immigration when it comes to foreign policy and
Mhm.
why people is coming over here and looking for opportunities because America keep toppling governments because America is not pro-democratic government. They are with dictatorship, and that is a historical fact.
Yeah,
What
Yosef
they
said
always back dictators because they
Yosef
can control dictators in
Yosef
every
in the
country.
chat
Feel like they control their resources.
Yosef in the chat said America's only 500 and some years old, and they only have been in war about 90% of the 99% of the time.
The
That's
whole
true.
time. Ain't
That's
lying. Ain't lying.
I just said that they're a war machine and they're going to keep up. They're it's not a facade. What is the word I'm looking for? They're going to keep up the the
They gonna keep
the
the
label.
machine going.
the
Yeah. They're
appearance.
going to keep
Yeah,
up.
that's fine. And I'll
They're
go
going
to
to keep,
war with them
keep
today.
that
I
up.
promise you. I'm with it.
I
And I'll
mean,
go to war today. I'll sign up today. Yep.
we spend like $600 trillion just on war. That's it.
Dang.
I
That's
think
our
it's more
biggest
like
budget. Bro.
70, 70, like
Who do
70% of
y'all think y'all paying
our tax
right
money
now?
goes to wars. Like 78% or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
the
do y'all
It goes
think?
to
majority.
war.
It's like
You know,
600 trillion.
listen,
It's a
right? Who do
crazy
y'all
number.
think?
Sounds
You know,
lucrative. It sounds lucrative, right?
I'm saying,
To
in
give it
y'all
a service.
opinion, who
But
do y'all think give U.S. a run for their money?
I'm gonna be
Of course,
honest.
it's China. Cut it out. It's just
I'm
China.
I'm gonna be honest. No.
War
Look,
is
I'm gonna
big
be honest.
business. Dwayne said
I'm gonna be
war is
honest.
big business though.
Yeah, I'm
It
look.
isn't.
If
I'm
you
with it. I'm
minus,
with it. I'm with it. I wish I could get them contracts.
if you putting boots on the ground,
Russia,
China, they got
China.
a 1 million man army. If you putting boots on the ground, they got the biggest. They got the most people. Boots on the ground. But it will
They
never be.
technology up there too, though. They be a problem. They would
No,
be a
no, no, no,
problem.
no, no,
That's
no,
right.
no, no. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yep,
It's
Our
trillions.
America.
He
navy,
It's
said.
America. I'm not saying
look,
it's
He
not
said.
our
America.
He said
navy.
China ain't got. He said they got trillions, not billions.
It's a trillion.
Hey,
Yeah.
Trillions
look,
of boots on the ground.
Trillion.
look. If you count they whole country as the fighting force here, but I'm talking about the army. They got a 1 million man army. It's 200,000. It's like
A
you know,
billion being on it.
yeah, 1 million man is it's about 108. Well, when I was in, it was about 180,000 Marines. Only 17,000 of us fight. 17,000 only fight. They got a 1 million man fighting force.
Yeah, off
So
the
it's
rip.
not it's not
This is what
even.
I know. But this is what I know. America will blow everything up before they let somebody take
Yeah,
everything.
But
yeah. Smith and Wesson,
Everything.
they blow it
but
up.
Kobe,
They
They
Kobe,
will
kill
blow
everything.
everything up.
Kobe, let me tell you the true strength of the United States is the Navy. No,
Yeah,
our Navy, our Navy,
and it's like
our
we
Navy
had
will,
three times
our Navy, bro.
more bases than any country across the world. Three
But
uh,
times
look,
more than
our
any country.
Navy.
North Korea
Basic.
has a 1,000,000-man army. Somebody said, Yosef
Oh,
said. But wait, hold on. UL
but
said,
look,
he said
let me
it's
explain this. Let me,
he said it's one of the biggest businesses. War is one of the biggest businesses in the world.
of
That's why
course,
the propaganda is so strong, and
yeah,
people
Not
have been
one. It's probably the biggest.
programmed
It's
to
probably the
it
believe
biggest.
that
probably
they
is the
need to
biggest.
fight.
Other than, yeah,
It's
other than
probably the
it's probably
biggest.
the biggest other than pharmaceutical, because that's huge. Because everybody gets sick.
You know what's crazy, B? What people don't realize when it came to the lobby group, and y'all know who APAC is?
Uh-uh.
The group,
It's the Israel lobby
Right.
group
They will too.
yeah,
that
Destroy the
works
whole
yeah,
world, huh?
that works in America. They give
hmm
it America give them like I think like 5 billion a year for
is
our
that
tax money goes to Israel.
that's the
They
Israel tax?
funnel
Yeah, I was gonna say because Israel,
they funnel that money. They funnel that money. They use that same money they get from America. They funnel to politicians to give them the money to like
mhm,
to back them. So basically, they
lobby,
basically funneling
yeah,
money.
yeah, lobbyist group, yeah.
This is how crooked it is. It's sort of like they give them money. They give Israel money. Then Israel
Mhm.
give it right back to the politicians. They take our tax money. They steal our tax money like that. That's what
Yeah,
most people don't realize.
I agree
We
with that.
paying for all this shit.
I think
That's how
I think
crooked it is.
I think
The system is crazy, bro.
I think that the issue with our presidents and all of that is the lobbyists because they
No,
got.
it's called just money in politics. It was when Reagan came in. It's called
But
uh, uh, uh,
lobbying is a big part of it because you got to think if you
ask
if
somebody in the chat book what it's called. What Reagan passed the law when it came in when they let money get into politics. It was before Reagan, to be honest with you. But
UL probably know.
because this is
I believe
this is the thing about
American
lobbying.
strength to believe that
If
the
I own an
earth is
oil
hollow
rig,
is
right,
where some
and I'm a
people will
billionaire,
fight
mhm.
for it
and I want
and go to
to
war for it.
expand on my business and open more in other places. I'll be unless you running for president, Kobe, you run for president. You want to do clean air, so you don't want me to do more oil rigs. And I'm like, fuck
Mhm.
Kobe. I'm gonna put $1 million into less because he gonna let me open up more oil rigs. That's how it works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him more money
Well,
and help
no,
him make him.
When Reagan deregulated, it's called it was before Reagan. It's called the law that was passed when they made businesses that had rights like humans, like human beings. It's called I can't think of the law that is called now. It's right at the tip of my mind. I'll think of it, but it was a ruling
The
that was
name
made
that
in the 70s.
made businesses have rights like human beings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in the 70s. He gonna say it now. Wait, he googling it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Y'all can go ahead, keep talking though.
but
But anyways, when that passed during Reaganomics, and Republicans are so fucking weird. I just excuse man, for my language. I never understand why they like these are like what why they praise Reagan so much is like Trump is the new coming of Reagan for like the deregulation of like corporations because they killed unions. They literally killed unions. The Republican Party single handedly did that.
unalive,
With
unalive.
No.
they
Listen.
well yeah unalive well unions so like they took rights away from the regular workers. That's what it's always been about is cheap labor.
Mm,
Capitalism runs off cheap labor. And when
I
they
agree.
started paying off politicians and politicians didn't represent the actual collective the voter base, it literally eroded the whole system. That's why we in the position that we in now. Because
And
before they actually did that law, what's the law called? Book, you seen it
It
yet?
ain't gave it. Yeah, it ain't gave it to me yet.
It's called.
but look,
I'll pull it
but
up.
look,
Wait.
before you finish your thought, we got to realize though, our country was built off of free labor. When they had slaves, that was the best thing ever for the United States white folk. That just imagine you can put somebody to work 24 well, let's say 18 hours out the day and
Damn.
didn't have to pay them.
Yeah.
Just imagine, Kobe, you drove your diesel truck all the way across the country, dropped your load off, came back, and you didn't get no check.
Man, yeah.
Supreme Court. Here you go. Here you go. It's called
Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
14.
Look. Okay. We've been on these politics
Mhm.
for long enough, right? Let me kind of pivot this conversation back to something that we talked about months ago. But okay, I want to ask y'all, what was worse, the Jim Crow era or the crack era? Me and Les was on a argument about this
Dude,
months ago.
yeah, I think yeah. I would.
And I want to get people in the chat in this too. So
Okay,
Yeah.
let
What y'all
me
think
give
about
my
that, chat? What was
let me
worse,
give
the
my
Jim
let,
Crow or the crack era?
I'm gonna give my opinion
my
first.
opinion is Jim Crow era.
I think Jim Crow was worse because of the social stuff. But I think the crack era, if you want to say setback, the crack era probably was a bigger setback. And the only reason why I say that is that fucked with everybody.
Yeah,
Crack just was
everybody.
crack didn't have no color to it. It fucked with Hispanics, it fucked with blacks, it fucked with whites, it fucked with everybody.
Okay,
Jim Jim Crow
Jim
was
Crow attacked black people,
black people. So it
the whole
depends.
race, the
It
whole
depends
race.
on and that's
Not
that's
every black person, did
but
crack
that
or smoked crack.
but
But
this is what
every black person, hold on, check it. Every black person in Jim
had to
Crow
deal
era,
with the
it affected
segregation.
everyone.
Yeah,
Still
but
there? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you. We can't see you yet though. But
It's called Citizens United. That's what
Citizens
happened.
United.
That's brought in super PACs within corporations who were like they can buy out politicians. Citizens United. That's what happened.
Somebody,
That was doing. That's
Kobe.
what it is.
One person said Jim Crow. Yosef
Mhm.
said Jim Crow. Dwayne said I'm leaning towards crack, and UL
Hey,
said
what y'all
black
talking about?
culture.
What are you talking
Talking
about?
about
What
the
happened?
Jim Crow.
The Jim Crow and the crack epidemic. What was worse? Like, remember, I think we had that
I said,
conversation.
well, Kobe, me and you had this
Yeah,
conversation. I
All
told you it
right,
was the crack
Rashad.
epidemic was worse. I
I,
thought.
I,
It's
I'm
not even
I'm on
close.
I'm
I'm
saying
on the
Jim
fence.
Crow.
I'm
I'm
on the
saying Jim
fence.
Same
Crow.
era, different
I'm saying, man, I'm
master.
asking people.
Ooh.
I'm asking people that's in
Yeah,
the chat too.
yeah,
Some people in the chat saying Jim
I'm on
Crow,
the fence
some
with
saying
it.
crack era.
The
Yeah,
only reason why
Master
I say
Jim
I'm
K.
on the
Crow, it's not even
if I'm
close.
looking
Jim
at it,
Crow.
if I'm looking at it from just a black people experience, if that's how we going about
Jim
it,
Crow.
Jim Crow, no doubt. But if I'm talking
No,
about affecting
no,
the United States in
Not
the
every black person smoked crack.
but
Yeah.
no, listen what
no,
I'm saying.
no, no,
If I'm
no,
looking at
no. We
it
just had this
from
conversation.
if
Oh
I'm
my.
but if I'm looking at it from everybody, I'm not like I just said, crack affected everybody. Blacks, Mexicans, whites,
Not
every
only just that, that's not the argument. The argument is this: during Jim Crow lasted longer. Okay, hands down.
mm-hmm.
Jim Crow, we were separated in our own neighborhoods. We had neighborhoods. I repeat, we had businesses. Neighborhoods consist of communities that have neighborhood businesses to where like we control our economics.
Mm-hmm.
Within Jim Crow, we had more ownership, Black Americans
I agree.
specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It was more control. During the crack epidemic, it destroyed families single handedly.
Yeah,
This is where the three
we had
strike laws come from. This is where the
yeah.
10/20 laws, all this stuff, what they did, these draconian laws that they came into play, that came during the crack epidemic, the 80s and 90s. They changed the laws. It made you go to jail for dope pieces of rocks that you was addicted to. They gave you 10, 20 years for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Today, these same laws that they used against us, they don't even use against white people. That's what made it racist. Everybody know for a fact This had more of a detrimental effect against black people other than Jim Crow. We was together. We had communities. We owned houses. We owned our communities during this time. This is a fact.
But do you
People,
feel
people
like being
during the crack
they
era,
they
people
was
own
hanging,
houses too.
Look,
but they was
No,
hanging
the crack
motherfuckers.
wait,
era,
hold on.
they
Let
was
me
stealing
say
houses.
this. Look, this is what's
They was getting
crazy.
red line.
You,
Go
look,
ahead.
They was
look.
coming in there with
I
what is
asked.
called book when they come in there, they take over your eminent domain. They was doing
Yeah,
all that
look,
during the crack era. What is you talking
look.
about?
Go ahead.
I asked Chatbot, and Chatbot said Jim Crow was worse in terms of legalized systematic oppression, while the crack era was devastating in community destruction and
Devastating.
incarceration. But it wasn't.
And incarcerated,
It wasn't.
devastating.
Yeah,
But
codified
wait,
racial oppression. Both caused deep generational harm, but the forms were
At
different.
least, at least during Jim Crow, we can be around each other. We had our own communities. We bought from black people.
Christ,
We
still
bought from our
guard
markets
messed
and
up.
own
Yeah.
stores. We own more. And I told you, Kobe, literally when you pull up the statistics, black Americans, when you separate from foreigners, when you get to start talking about Jamaicans, people
Hold on,
from the
you have
Caribbean,
to bring
and
up the
from
facts on
Africa,
that
when you
part.
separate them,
Saying that
wait. This is where the numbers tend to trick you. Black Americans, descendants of slaves, ADOS, or whatever you want to call it, black Americans own more during that time. They say we own more today, but now our population is not only black American. It is consistent of Caribbeans, Africans, and everybody else, and they group them in with us. But the raw numbers do show before we all had immigration after 1965 Act, the Immigration Act, we were better off. That is a fact. Black Americans.
Master Creator said, they said same era, different names, same problems, different strains.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse though. I think it's worse today.
And
I think it's
somebody
worse.
said that was true what you said, Les.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I said I'm on the fence about it. I feel like it depends on how you look at it. If you feel like okay, oppression.
I need the facts on. I
But,
really
but
need the facts
let
on the
me
part
let,
that you said.
let me
Go ahead,
finish
bro.
let me
Go
finish
ahead.
my thought. But
My bad.
so if you think about oppression, being seen as a second-rate citizen, hanging, you know,
they do
shit
that
like
today.
that.
They still hanging people in
Literally come in
Mississippi,
your house,
Arkansas. They finding dead bodies
pull
being
you out
hung.
your house
But
to
that
hang you.
if you
Yeah.
see it like that, like
Yeah,
not being able
yeah.
to, cast a vote, if you're being
When
second-rate
in the
citizen,
crack era was somebody able just to, you know what I'm saying, like a white man was
but
able to just go in your house
When
with,
when doing
hold on,
during
hold on, Les, you gotta
wait a
let me
second, wait a
land.
second.
Oh, you gotta let me land.
Let
You
him
gotta
say
let me
what he
land.
was gonna say real
Go
fast,
on,
Les, because
man.
he
Here
I'm
we
was
saying
go,
next in
so.
man.
line.
Go on.
You know what I'm saying? So tell me, when in the crack era can white men
We did on more.
come in your house, take your child, hang him, beat him, whip him, do whatever they want to him with no repercussions?
repercussion.
Are
Yeah.
you retarded? Are you
When?
retarded? Is you saying during during
When?
the war on drugs they wasn't over there killing our kids? Are you really saying that on the phone right now?
They was doing the same thing. They was.
Are you literally saying that on the phone right now? The war on drugs. Do you even know what the war on drugs is?
With
They were
no
doing
repercussions?
they were doing it in a
Man,
systematic
and
way.
what it targeted? Do you know what the war on drugs is? And
They
do you
were
know what
not
mass
doing it the way that
incarceration
they were
is?
doing it in Jim Crow era.
No, they
No,
wasn't
they
doing it
Do
the
wasn't.
you
same way
Hell
they
really
was
no.
doing
think?
it.
Do you really think?
Not like Jim Crow, but they were
Are
doing it.
you retarded? That's what I'm saying. Are you retarded? Do you really think?
Do you really think they ever
What the
stopped
fuck?
because of what again? What stopped them from doing that again? Because I just told you they still doing lynching in Mississippi right now. We just seen one the other day. Do you keep up with current
You mean
events?
two? They just had two.
Yeah. But they wasn't doing it on the mat on at
They
the
Just had
wasn't
two.
doing it on the mass
on
like
the
in
And
mass.
Jim
here
Crow.
we
That's
go
crazy that you're
again.
trying to compare
Was
that.
we
No,
not
it's like
better
it
off?
wasn't no
Did we not have
consequences
more?
to it with Jim
Yeah.
Crow.
It
Did
wasn't
we
no
not have more?
consequences.
Wait a second. Did Black Americans not have more businesses and ownerships in their communities during Jim Crow or after Jim Crow, after the civil rights?
Hey,
that's
this is
not the conversation. The
hey
conversation
Yosef.
is
Yes,
Yosef,
we were better off.
hold
That's the
on.
point.
Yosef brought up a good point. He said systematically racism took everything from our people, even bombs like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Okay.
agree with that. That's why I say Jim Crow. That's why I say Jim Crow. When it came to oppressing African Americans, I think that's where it's
Jim
worse at.
Crow,
The
baby.
oppression,
Everything.
second rate citizen. You was like that's like going somewhere and you can't eat or drink, you know, or be in a certain place because you black.
Yeah, look.
You get
Hey, look, UL said exactly what Kobe was saying. He said the difference was during Jim Crow. They went to every establishment, African American or black town, to make sure they didn't reach equality.
yeah. That
Okay. Can UL or Kobe tell me these beautiful black towns we got today that's better than what we had back then, sir?
We got some good black towns.
yeah.
Okay, name them. Name all these vibrant towns, which Atlanta back in the 50s, where it was all practically black, or any black towns that was in Georgia, Mississippi, that was in Arkansas, that was predominantly black today. That's so beautiful and vibrant
Okay.
today. That's better than what it
Okay.
was
I'm gonna
back
bring
then.
it. I'm gonna
Other
tell
than
you
some
right
white
here.
Okay.
people,
Okay. Watch
other
this.
than some white people
Let me
hating
ask this
us
question.
today, that which what
Why
they was been doing.
why do he feel this look, let me answer this right. Oh, I'm gonna answer this question. Why do he keep saying blacks were way more vibrant and they were well off and this and that? How are you comfortable and well off when another race can literally come in your house,
And take
burn your
We
shit
were
everything.
up,
better off back then.
And take
burn your shit up.
everything.
You know what I'm saying? You take everything. Probably rape your daughter, do whatever they want. Excuse me
When
on that,
black
Yeah,
but
people
they
were
take
around nothing
everything.
but black people, we did better.
listen,
Period.
listen, wait, listen. At
Wait,
any given
what?
time, any given moment,
Oh,
they
you
can come in
like
your house
y'all arguing about
and do
white
whatever they
coochie and
want
all this
to
shit. Y'all like access.
with no
This is about
consequences.
access. That's what civil rights was about. You do know that, right? Black men having access to white women. That's really what it was really about.
You think so?
That's what
I'm
it
just
boils down
talking.
to.
Look, no, don't move the goalpost.
Yes,
I'm
it
asking you a
was. That's
question.
not moving the goalpost.
No, man, he moved the goalpost. I'm asking.
Goalpost,
Black liberals
bounce
didn't want to be
house.
segregated and be around their neighborhoods and fix their. Don't you
Bro,
know when you?
Crazy.
It's called a brain drain. It's called a brain drain. When you
Les,
take all your
Les, you
talent
done
out
jumped
these
to something
ghettos, all these.
different.
Wait a second. Wait a second. When you take all your talent
Well, we got
out
to
these
stay on
so-called
topic.
ghettos,
God,
We live. We
racist
live. We got to
people
stay on the
that
topic.
didn't like
You
I'm
jumped it.
staying
people.
on the topic. When you take all your talent out these so-called ghettos, that's today. It's called a brain drain. That's why Africa is a shithole country today because they keep running from their fucking countries. All these countries that people, third world countries, don't want to stay in their countries and make them better because they keep running to other places. They smartest, they brightest people keep going to other places and giving their talents to other
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
That's what black people did during the civil rights. They
I
didn't
don't
stay in
think.
their communities and fix their fucking communities. They ran around white people, and white people is hanging their kids today.
I think
That's
they
what's going
show.
on.
I think they just show us a different part of Africa. They don't show us the thriving parts. They
No,
show us the other parts.
I'm telling you. Overall, Africa is underdeveloped, and most of their people get away from it because they look for opportunities within Western countries.
But that's
Now, now,
well, I can't say that's Africa because Africa is different continents within itself.
If Africa talent stayed in Africa, Africa could be a great place.
But it,
It's
it
that simple.
it is. It's just the
Hold
parts
on.
they show
No,
us. I
it's
think.
not. No, it's not. What do you mean it is?
I gotta. What's
Overall,
the name with
Africa is
you?
not a great place.
I
It's a
gotta
third world
rebuttal.
country. What you mean by that?
No, but Africa
I gotta
is not all of Africa though. It's all those little places is
Majority.
continents,
Are
not
you
like
arguing on this goddamn phone that Africa, the majority of Africa, is not third world?
what part of Africa is
majority
we
is,
talking about?
The
look, look,
majority.
look,
The
look,
majority. Like
look,
90% of Africa is third world.
look at this though, Les. Look, I'm gonna break it down. People will think that Africa is supposed to be like this big united thing. Africa is fucking huge. Africa is
Yeah.
so big.
It's a continent, yes. Okay.
Hold on. Listen. Let me land. Africa is so big. The United States, Europe, Asia, in India can fit in that motherfucker.
Can fit it all in it. Okay.
I
And it's
we
still
not
third world.
friends. We not friends. We not friends with Russia or China. How can you expect just because we that's the equivalent of this? Do you know motherfuckers in Canada?
Is
Do you
Canada
know?
a third world country? Yes or no?
No. Listen
What?
to me though. Do you know
Listen, why
motherfuckers?
is you obfuscating? Listen,
I'm
you
trying
going
to
for the
explain.
conversation. Is
I'm trying to
Africa a third
explain.
world?
I'm trying to
Is
explain
Africa a
something
third
first.
world continent? Not
But
even a country.
but
Is
you're
it a
not.
third world
But
continent?
No, it's
you got to
not.
listen to me though.
It's
Why
not.
is
What?
this shit like this? Let me explain why. Because it's the equivalent of being in America and expecting us to be buddy with people in Canada and Mexico. That's how vast it is. That's how big Africa is. To to like if you've been in one country in Africa like Ghana and going to a place like Egypt, it's so far away. The motherfuckers don't even know what each other look like. They don't know each other. It's that big.
That's
Yeah,
Like you don't.
that's
because
that's why that's why the argument be like, when people be like, you guys enslaved your own people. They're like, we didn't know them motherfuckers.
We don't know the motherfuckers.
yeah,
That's
but
like us
Africa.
going to Canada and enslaving Canadians.
But that's
We
the
don't
crazy
know
thing.
them.
That's the illusion of Africa. Africa is a continent that's made up of 54 different countries.
That's what
Is
I'm
it
getting.
not third world? Yes or no?
No, it's not.
Not everywhere. No,
It's
not
not.
everywhere. It's not.
The majority
It's
of Africa is not third world.
I
No.
would say the
Okay.
majority. I would
All
say
right.
the majority.
All right. Here we
Say
go.
the
Let's make
majority.
this
I
real quick.
would say the majority. But it's not everywhere. It's like for example, if I'm a Guyanian or I'm from Ghana or whatever, or I'm from Egypt, I'm in those type of countries. I would have to go. It's like you in Brazil and I'm in the United States. I don't give a fuck about what's going on in Brazil. Do you? I don't. I care what's going on in the United States.
Okay. Since Jack can't say it right, is the majority of Africa considered underdeveloped? That's the what. Let's keep this shit real simple.
The majority, yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I
I'm,
don't
I'm
know
not.
Which
I'm
is
about
not.
third
that.
world,
You
basically.
got some like Chad,
But
Niger,
No,
it's
Central
con-
Africa
no. I'm
Republic,
being
it's an
specific. The
entire yeah,
South
majority.
Sudan.
but yeah, it's an entire continent though. It's not a country. Africa is
Yeah,
not a country.
Don't
yeah.
Africa
matter. They
is
speaking
a
on the
continent.
continent as I'm saying it.
But I'm saying again, it's just if let's say if Canada was undeveloped and the United States is developed
It's
and
not though.
fucking we wouldn't give a fuck if Canada
Listen,
was
listen. Okay, I'll Google this.
It
you went
You
said
out.
hear me?
it said
You went out.
the
A
even
majority of African countries are considered underdeveloped, particularly
Okay.
those in sub-Saharan Africa. The
Okay.
continent is home to a significant number of the world's least developed countries.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
What does that mean in its totality?
it
You
means
you
that
just you didn't hear what I said?
it's
That's like
I made a
it's
point. The
the
so
point
term
was
third world and is like it's kind of misleading because it's not that's not even a real term.
third world is underdeveloped. That's what third world literally means.
okay. Okay, let's say uh uh uh, uh let's even put it like this. Let's say 50% of Africa is undeveloped. Even 60. Who gives a fuck? 40
Okay?
per say 40% is. That's
Hmm.
still 40%. Just take all those continents. That'd be the equivalent of still having
Calling them
all of
King
India
Control,
and all of
Master
fucking Europe
Hunter.
still being
Yeah,
developed.
it's beautiful.
That's how big Africa is.
So man, nobody can make nothing.
It's
What's
that
the
is.
point of that? What's the point of that? What you just said?
I'm
That
saying
makes it worse. That makes it worse. What you just said.
no. That's
You
the
got
equivalent of
other
having a
you
whole.
got other countries, the other countries
I'm a
that's
whole. I'm a
developed, but this country is not developed.
Do you know the United
okay. I
States
don't
is the
We
know them.
was
largest
making the
republic
point. I made the point that
in
But
during the civil rights movement, prior to the civil rights movement, black
the
businesses were
world?
stronger. We had communities.
Damn.
You know what communities are? Define communities.
Wait, is that
Hold on, real
is
quick.
it
In the
because
sense of
he said
in the
the
sense of black people,
Hold on, real
we
quick.
were together. We had markets. We owned gas stations. We owned the majority of our. We controlled our money, our dollars we spent with our people during that time. After the Civil Rights Movement, the 1965 Act, where they let immigration come in and other groups, and they let big corporations come in our communities. Guess what that did?
what it do?
It broke up the community. They came in, they bought up everything. They gentrified neighborhoods. They redlined neighborhoods. This is history. This is a fact. It harmed our neighborhoods worse than what they were. That is a fact. And then they did uh 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 the war on drugs, mass incarceration. This is a fact. This is in U.S. history. This is nothing that can be disputed. I'm just telling you what
Black
happened.
culture.
They literally built prisons
That black
to
culture is
basically
not wrong.
store minority
It's just
groups, which was practically us and Mexicans or whoever that fell within that realm, and locked us all up as a commodity. And they still do it today. If you want to talk to me about some
Yes.
lynchings,
Hey,
Wow, it's
that's
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how you trying to downplay this. It's crazy
I'm
how you.
not downplaying what I'm talking about. It had way more
business not
damages
rely on
on us
belief that
during the
generated
war on
Hey,
knowledge.
crime.
way
It's not
more? Are you
just
Way
crazy?
the
numbers,
way
but
more. What is
the
it? I just
social
told you we had
integrity.
more businesses, more million. The black community we stuck in our neighborhoods. What civil rights did, all it did was gave other black dudes access to white communities. And what they do, they took their kids over there to white neighborhoods, and they took all their talents out of black neighborhoods, which it caused it what? In effect,
Let
made
me
ghetto.
come. I want to see the facts that black people were well off in the Jim Crow era
Name
than
me
the crack
vibrant
era.
black neighborhoods. Just give me one. Just
How
give me one.
how was
It
these
wasn't
black neighborhoods
city.
vibrant?
Name me
But
the city. What y'all just said
cut it,
earlier.
cut it.
Redwood. It was the one
But
they named earlier. Book. What was the one they named earlier? Book that they burned
Blill,
down.
Hold on,
Yeah, Tulsa.
I'm what's the name?
Name me a Tulsa. Name me a
look,
Tulsa. Give me a Tulsa.
Hey, wait,
Give me a
hold on.
Tulsa right now.
Dwayne said he's saying based on segregation, we had to empty and go do business with ourselves, keeping
With
dollars in our
ourselves.
community, even though they
Period.
kept us down, out out of communities and families were intact. Then,
Intact. Yes, sir.
yeah.
It's that
this,
simple. That's it.
I can
He
okay,
said
I
it.
can agree.
He
I
said
can
it
agree with
all in
that.
a
Perpetual.
nutshell.
okay.
He
Let
just
me
said
ask him.
everything what I said in a
Let me
nutshell.
let me ask him in the look. I'm not arguing that point, but let me ask him in the chat. Do you feel like black people in the Jim Crow era, was more well off than people in the crack era?
I keep
Do you,
saying yes.
No, he
that's
asked
The
in the
fuck is
crazy.
you
chat.
talking about?
He asked in the
The crack
chat.
era was horrible. Man,
No, no,
listen,
no, no, no,
K-Man,
no. I'm
Never
asking the
K-Man.
chat.
came just
That's
like
fine, that's
those
No,
fine, that's
third
fine. I'm
world
speaking for the
countries.
chat. K-Man,
I,
K-Man.
I,
Aunties,
I,
aunties,
he
I
crazy.
think,
aunties,
I, I
aunties and
think we're
cousins was
talking.
getting fucked. Aunties and cousins who would never fuck no weirdos who look funny. They was fucking people for crack. Man, all women used to have honor. What is you talking about?
Damn.
That crack era was horrible. Our aunties and cousins, they was all smoking crack. They was sucking dick for a piece of dope. What is we talking about right now?
Men, huh?
The white people was
Kevin Hart
making
said that
people
shit best.
fuck each other. You know what I'm saying?
Shit
The
was
white
horrible.
people. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
both
on.
times was
Come on,
horrible
motherfuckers.
as hell.
Come on. Motherfuckers was getting forced to breed with each other. Do
Man,
shit
Yeah.
with your kids. Do
like
shit
your
with their
brother Braille
you were
said, they
getting
got
forward.
like your brother Braille said back then,
Man, cracker.
they looked down on them for doing even being hoes and shit. They was looked down upon. They was shamed. They don't have no shame whatsoever today. What are you talking about? It's not even close.
You
You said
said
it's
Women
it's
not
were
even
back
women
close.
back then.
to
They took care of
Heartland,
home.
America. Huh.
That's crazy.
They were doing
No,
the
it's not
exact same
crazy.
thing in the South. And he said they was doing the same exact thing in the South and all the saloons. Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. But that crack
Thank you.
era, we lived through it. That's how come we go, man, that shit was worse. But then now, like, I feel like Kobe said though, they man, you to have somebody running your house, drag your father out, take it from your mom and just fucking
Castrate him.
hang your father in front of everybody.
Yeah, that even that Emmett Till type shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that shit is crazy.
because I looked at a white woman and now they beat
Challenges
me,
for
you know,
each
they hung
era.
me and beat me and shit
Yeah,
Grand, my
with no
dad,
consequences.
my dad said his dad, my grandfather, used to have to step off the sidewalk when he a 20, 30-year-old man for a 12, 13-year-old boy. I mean, 13, 12, 13, he has to say, excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Get off the
But he lived
sidewalk.
out his whole life though.
Dwayne said it's different challenges for each era, but people who stick together can survive through times. Remove the
But he
father,
lived his
and
whole
you
life
can
though. He lived.
destroy people for
Wasn't a gang member out
generations.
of his daddy
Yeah.
didn't get locked up for 30 years for 2 pieces of dope though.
Oh
It wasn't
yeah.
broken home, sir. It wasn't broken home, sir.
I seen somebody get 25 to life for a $20 rock. I said, golly.
You got me fucked up, man. Fuck that motherfucking Jim Crow era. I'm damn near willing to go back with it. Let's go, Trump. Let's go, Trump.
I don't know about that.
That's yeah, that's crazy.
I know about it.
Came
I
out,
That's
black
voted
crazy.
for
people
Trump.
didn't even
I wanted
own
this racist
anything.
shit to
We
come
didn't
back.
own
I
banks
applaud the
within our
racist
own.
shit. I'm with it.
Ooh,
Let's
dang.
let's not fake it. Let's not fake
Hey,
it.
hey,
Let's
Les,
rip the mask off.
Les Joseph said when crack came out, black people didn't even own anything. We didn't own banks within our own transportation
We never owned
system,
banks
so
other
we
than Wall
really
Street
didn't lose
before that.
anything but family. Got to keep
Come
it
on,
real.
man. If family not more important than anything, I don't know what the fuck you living for.
Yeah, we was talking about that
Get out of here
earlier.
with that.
Was talking about that earlier. Like
Yeah.
that's how
And
we
we was
came.
more family. We was more religious. We was more stuck together. We stuck together back then. Man, you can't get black people to do nothing positive today other than going to a concert to go see some fucking rapper or some bullshit that they like. Get the
Jim
fuck
Crow
out of here,
era,
man.
we was
We made
wealthy.
beautiful music back
Crack
then.
era. Oh dang! He said in the Jim Crow era we was wealthy. In the crack era we've been poor as fuck.
Poor,
Poor
slaves,
as shit.
dogs, in prison.
No, we was making money off of each other. You feel me? We
Yeah.
was becoming millionaires off killing
And going to
ourselves.
prison for it. And going to
Yeah,
prison for it.
we was making money off ourselves, off each other, selling each other crack.
And going to prison for it.
Yeah. But I don't
Get the
know. It's
fuck out.
still, man. It's still like both eras was harsh as shit though when you think about it. And then now, if you think about it though, now, like if you notice, a lot of like the rappers and like people like black people that get a lot of money, look what they still doing too. They still doing the same shit to us. Like like when you a rapper and you got hella money and different shit, you gotta ride around with some type of protection at times. But now they're locking us up for that right there. You riding around with protection to protect yourself because of the money you got, and then you get pulled over and they trying to give you 10 years for a pistol.
Yep.
It's like times ain't really
Look,
changed.
look at this. It said the Jim Crow era started in 1877 and ended in 1965.
Yeah.
Look how fucking
Damn.
long that shit was.
Damn, I didn't think it was
And you
that
tell,
long.
you know what I'm saying, man, you know what I mean? You tell me about the crack era. You feel me? That
So,
probably just lasted
so,
through the 80s.
so,
90s.
so, it was more devastating.
77,
How long?
65. Yeah, the crack era was the 80s and the 90s.
The 80s. Yeah.
The 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
That still fuck up our communities till this day.
He said it said the comparison Jim Crow, yes, enforced by law. Crack era, no criminal laws applied selectively. Duration, Jim Crow was 90 years. The crack era was 10 to 15 years peak.
Thank you.
The
That's a lie.
scope,
That's a lie.
Okay,
That's a
thank
lie.
entire life, voting,
That's a lie.
education, work, and public life, mainly urban community, social, yeah.
That's a lie. That's a misnomer. That's a
You don't
misnomer.
think
That's not
so?
reading the numbers right. It was more devastating. The crack era, like I said, I repeat, we had more ownership. You own more businesses. Name
Neither
me a
one of
Tulsa. Name me a Tulsa today.
neither one of them is worse than the
Name
American
me a
slave
Tulsa
trade.
today.
None of them worse than that era. 400
what?
years
Name
of
me a
slave.
Tulsa.
Oh yeah, nah.
Can y'all answer the
We still
question?
in that 400 years. What you talking about?
Name me
400
a
years
Tulsa.
of
You
slave.
Name me
can't
a
because
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
you can't. They destroyed that. They made sure they destroyed that.
Can you name me one today since everything is so gravy today?
You
Uh,
said what's it's worse than what now? Say it again.
Name me a Tulsa, Oklahoma that we got today since it's so good.
we got
And
black
we
Watch
owned.
did
this.
It's
so much
black
better
owned
today.
Watch
banks.
this.
It's
Look,
black
look,
companies and it's
look.
black shit, but not like
Hold
that.
on, hold
Then
on, hold
we
on, hold
don't
on, hold on. Listen, here it go right here. It says bottom line. If you're looking strictly at scale and duration of uh, systemic harm,
yeah.
systemic harm, Jim Crow was more devastating because it legally oppressed an entire race for nearly a century. The crack era was shorter, but still catastrophic for the neighborhoods it touched, and especially damaging because of the government's punitive response rather than just the drug itself. But it
Who
says,
the fuck? Who the fuck said they ever stopped
you know what I'm saying? It
oppressing
says,
us today?
you know what I'm saying? It says the
You
Jim
going
Crow
off
was
that
more
bullshit
devastating. It said the Jim Crow was more devastating.
Okay, hey Les.
because
So
it was longer. That's why
hold
they
on,
said
Les.
it because it was 90 years.
Somebody asked a question. They said, "Can I ask you a question? Would you rather have nothing poor and can do what you want to do, or do like you do now, or have everything you ever wanted, but you had to fight the white man every day?"
Black
Again,
people
I
didn't
don't know
have
what
everything they wanted
delusion.
back then. I don't
I don't
understand
know
what you
what. I don't know what
I
delusion.
understand where you're coming
what,
from.
what was
No,
so vibrant?
I'm
What was
listening.
so
I'm listening. Let me hear
vibrant when
this.
a
He
motherfucker can
basically,
come to your
but
house and set
let
your
me
house on fire without
but
no consequences?
let me
What's
make his
so vibrant?
question more
What's so
clear.
vibrant about
They
that?
kill
Hold on,
black
hold
people
on,
out
hold on.
today
All
without
he
no
asking
consequences.
is,
What the fuck is you saying?
Wait, go
but
ahead,
all he
bro.
asking is, but let me make his question clear. All he asking is, he like, okay, he putting both of them at hand. He said, would you rather be able to do what you want but don't have the money, like how you saying they had back then, and have the freedom,
They
or
had money back then. They
would
just
you
couldn't
rather
do
have
what
the
they
money,
go with it. That's what he was saying.
or would you had rather have the money but be oppressed? That's pretty much what he's saying.
You
Because that's
still
how
oppressed.
they did.
You still oppressed. What are you talking about? Name me anything black people control. When did white supremacy got broke down? Please
Okay,
explain that
Black
so
people got
year.
their
Give
own
me the
banks.
year
so
and date that white
even
people
with
don't
you,
control every
even with you,
faction in society that we deal with. Name
but
me one institution
even if you
that black
say it
people
that
control.
way,
Name me one.
even if you say it that way, it's like, do you want to be oppressed and
I
live
will
that?
rather be in the Jim Crow era with my people.
Okay, that
Period. I
that's
just
your
said that about 100 times. We was better off because we had communities. We was around our own
Yeah,
people.
I
When
don't
the
know how that's
civil
better
rights
off. Go
movement
somebody
You got
happened,
come to your house.
that all that
what,
did was let black
what would
people
you?
get out the black
I would rather.
communities and go
I
try to hook up with white people and try to be cool with white people. And guess what that did for black people? Get their kids hung up. Don't you know the majority of black people who get killed by police is coming from good neighborhoods? They don't go to ghettos and kill black people. They killing these motherfuckers that's dating their kids. This is
man.
what excuse me, not y'all, but
We
this
got
is what most of these so-called Negroes who want to blend in with white people want so bad. In order, they keep telling you they don't want to be around you. I love Trump to death. I love the separation. I love all this shit that he bringing out. I'm with it 100%. Ain't no
that
more
wasn't the
pretending.
point I was trying to
so
make. He said
so
he
you would
said he
like.
said that wasn't the point I was trying to make. If
Oh,
family
maybe I.
was important or not, the point outside the make was black people has been poor as fuck as shit and ain't on nothing for decades, and crack was a personal decision.
Exactly. Exactly.
Here we go
Oh,
again.
okay, yeah, I
This is
understand that. Like crack
Now
was a
now
here
now.
personal
we go.
decision.
Here we go. Here we go. Here
Jim
we go
Crow,
with
you didn't have to make. You
individualism
couldn't have to
argument. This
make.
is
You
the
didn't have to
individual
make a choice.
argument.
It was made for you.
This is the individualism
Exactly.
argument. This is like, see, this is why I say all the time. when you having community arguments don't consist with individualism. He's arguing individualism. If a chump gonna come on and say that the government didn't put crack in black neighborhoods, you need to get your retarded butt off the line.
He
Period.
said,
If
and
you're
it,
not gonna
need a
recognize
little history. We own
historically,
a lot of banks in
everybody
multiple
know the
states.
government. Do that to white people.
No,
Do
we
that to
do.
any
We
group
do
of
own a
people.
lot of banks, though.
Wait a second, but let the government target any group like that and see the outcome. If they want to dismiss what happened with black history of individualism, listen, it's plenty of black people that came out through struggles that's very successful. But that do not justify what they did.
No,
Period.
it don't nothing justify
Man,
anything that
you
happened.
had a choice. Man, you had a
What?
choice to put that
A
crack
choice
pipe
of
to your
what?
mouth, man.
When they landed crack in your neighborhood,
Okay,
man,
I'm
wait
saying,
a
listen,
second.
listen,
Name me
listen,
somebody else that did like that. Name me another group.
listen. Wait, listen, look, check it out, real quick. Let me land. Crack affected Mexicans, whites, and blacks, and it was a
Later,
personal.
later.
That was your choice. That was your choice to put that pipe to your mouth. Let's go back to the Jim Crow era. You don't have no fucking
So
choice.
what do that tell you about the
ain't.
effect with the
You
government
didn't
when
You
the,
have
had no
no
when the
choice.
choice.
full government
That's
is
a good
putting this shit in
point.
your communities?
That's a good point.
You feel me? You didn't have no fucking choice in the Jim Crow era. No.
Because it was a lot of people that didn't do crack.
Exactly.
It don't matter if the government is putting the shit in your neighborhood for you to do it. How many people you think that's gonna do it? The majority. I don't care what group it is.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. Listen. If I'm the government of the
But you
United
didn't answer
States and
that
I say, you
question.
know what? Fuck all these Spanish people. We gonna drop crack in their neighborhoods and put liquor stores on every corner around them, and then drain them from all their resources. We ain't gonna fund their schools. We gonna redline their areas and make sure that they only. We gonna deny bank loans and all. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. Is historical facts. What they did.
Mhm.
What the fuck you think the outcome would be?
Yeah.
So I'm just making it up. So basically, we need to have an individual conversation just because we got some allies. Listen, big bro, we got some champions that came out that shit. That came out that fire. Man, listen. They put us through the furnace, and
Mhm.
we got so many people we got to be proud of that came
I'm,
out that
I'm,
furnace. But that
I'm,
shouldn't be the norm. That's the
I'm gonna
argument.
be
The
honest.
government
If I had the
The
option,
government
though,
made war against our people. That is a fucking fact. That's documented, and they owe reparations and to make shit right. This government man, burn this shit
What you
down.
say? What you
Man,
say,
uh,
until they
Brill?
make it right.
I'm gonna be honest. But if I had the option, give me the crack era for 100, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
I
No,
got a
man.
choice, I don't want to.
Straight up.
I don't want to
I can't
be.
even. I can't say that because I was there in the crack era.
But I
It's,
wouldn't say it
but
either. I wouldn't
when
put the
y'all was
crack ever. I wouldn't.
y'all was there and y'all made it to 2025. If y'all was back in
Man,
Nope.
Jim Crow, if y'all was back
And
in
all
Jim
our
Crow, y'all
grandfathers and
motherfuckers
grandmothers lived in the Jim Crow era. So I
in
don't know
Jim
what you're
Crow.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. All of them lived. So I don't know what you're talking about. As a
yeah.
matter of fact, I go back to that era because I could take my shoe off and beat the shit out of her. And she ain't got to say shit. She can't run to the post. So what? That's my wife. Shut up. Here.
yeah, them
For real.
days. I gotta go, y'all, because I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta get some sleep, bro.
Yeah. I
I
gotta
already
get
know, man.
But,
You got work in the morning.
yeah. But yeah, this
But
my cousin, y'all. My cousin Kobe, my cousin Brill, my cousin
Let me
Les.
tell
You
K. Let
feel
me
me?
tell K this. Let me tell
Popping
K.
in.
Stop bringing that bullshit up, bro. The crack era was way worse. For real.
He gonna keep saying that.
That
Way
shit's
worse.
not worth. Hold on, man. Before we get off this thing, let's have a majority vote with tattoo in here. Which one was worse?
I'm gonna go Jim Crow.
Jim Crow. That's two.
I say Jim Crow because I
What?
lived through the
That's
crack
three.
era.
I gotta
That's
go. I
three.
gotta go Jim Crow. I just the way I perceive it is more than just you know the financial shit. It's the other shit. Like like
Yeah,
if
no.
you
You
if
just
you
couldn't
really
fuck a
look
white
at it,
girl, whatever. You
yeah,
just couldn't fuck a white girl.
we
Whatever.
was probably together. We
Whatever.
was probably together on some shit. But at any time, these motherfuckers can disrupt everything and destroy
Everything.
Hey,
I don't give
Everything.
a fuck.
but you know
Do it
why?
around me
Anytime
and my
they
people.
wanted
Hey,
to.
Do it
hey,
around me and
Kobe.
my people.
You know why I say the Jim Crow with you, because during the crack era, I was in the crack house when the door got kicked in and everybody went to jail. You know what? They got out the next day. You feel me? Jim
Yeah,
Crow, they
true.
would have kicked that door in. Oh yeah, we'd have been
They'd,
burying a couple of people.
yeah, they'd have kicked that door in and threw a
And they were
Molotov
still
That's
cocktail
burying
in that
people back then.
motherfucker,
Look how y'all
no, they
playing
set
down the
was.
everybody
No,
crackhead.
on
they
fire.
was. They
Look how y'all
They'd,
was.
playing
bur-
down the crackhead.
they'd burn that motherfucker down.
Burn it
Yeah,
down
Burn
with
it
no
yeah,
down.
consequences. With no consequences.
yeah. But
And
I
they was
gotta, I
still
gotta
doing
go,
it during
man.
the
I'ma
crack era.
holler,
They was
y'all.
doing it during the crack
I'ma
era.
holler,
Yeah,
Brill, Kobe. Les,
yeah.
I'ma holler, man. I gotta get out of here,
Yep.
bro.
All
All
right,
Holler
right,
Cuddy.
back,
All right,
man.
sir.
All
all
right,
All
right.
y'all.
right.
All right,
All right.
well,
And yeah. Thank y'all for popping in. Yeah, it be just having the chats with the fam. Just having the chats with the fam. We was already talking, so we was like, let's just go on live and just have this conversation. You feel me? And have it. So everybody can join in and see what we was talking about. Which is crazy because sometimes I'm talking about, man, we be like here, like it be the same thing with family. Like when we be talking, we just be chopping it up for hours on all type of different situations, like all different types of stuff, bro. But thank everybody for joining. You feel me? I'm like going, it's crazy because a lot of us, yeah, we was there in the crack era. We was there. We lived it. We watched our parents do it. You feel me? And what happened to us? Like, we lived it already. So, the Jim Crow, when I think about that and what happened, I'm just saying, to me, I can understand, both sides, but I'm just saying that to me, that was like crazy, bro. Like, you couldn't imagine, your uncle or your one of your close relatives, a male, being snatched out the house and being hung right on the tree outside in front of you. You feel me? Which the crack era, a lot of stuff did happen too when they kicked in doors. Also, a lot of shit did happen. You feel me? Police sometimes came in shooting, and some family members didn't make it. But I never went through that part, and I've never seen that part. I done seen people swallow dope, and you feel me, get pulled over and try to swallow the dope and end up, passing away from that. But I never, seen somebody just get taken out from, yes, I did. People getting robbed and some more stuff, bro. But I don't know, that Jim Crow, bro. That shit was, we couldn't, like, really, when you think about it, we couldn't even imagine living in those times where stuff like that was happening. Like, it was often, and didn't nobody get in trouble with it. Didn't nobody, like somebody said, them having a whole coliseum of people watching this happen to you. You feel me? Like, we didn't seen pictures of even kids being out there, little white kids out there smiling while the body hang up on the tree. Like, we didn't go through that. We didn't have to see a lot of us, a lot of our people lost their life behind that. And then it's crazy because when crack era came in, it started with us, but it went everywhere. They didn't have no control over it. It went to everybody. Like, it's kind of weird now because, like, even when you think about it, right? Like, I was just watching, I forgot that white dude name, and he was saying how, neighborhoods, black neighborhoods is bad, and how black people is the problem and all this. And I'm like going, dang, when I go out there, when I see homeless people that homeless and bad, don't have no fucking, it don't have no race on it. You feel me? It never did have a race on it. So for you to just point out one race of people and say they are the problem is like kind of crazy, because it be different people within every race that do some weird stuff or do something. That's just how I feel about it. He said humans are getting better, and they're not taking the steps that you think they might take, but they taking steps. I kind of agree with that. uh, integration integration did mess us up. Now, if we go back to segregation, we might be focused on working with each other. Thus, we might start building again. I don't know. You know what? I'll be thinking about that too, though, Yosa. But I feel like that's like how UL be saying, that's part of the illusion, is that blacks don't do this. Oh, blacks don't have this thing going. But then you see it's a lot of black people got their own companies, got their own stores, got their own banks. This is the illusion that they put on us, and then you see it. The people that you around might not have that, and it's like if they don't, then maybe you need to change the people that you around, because a lot of the black people that I see, man, they got their own business. They got something big going. Like we see it all the time, but they make it seem like it's not happening. You feel me? It's almost like the wool was pulled over, like we've been hoodwinked or something, to where we can't see the ones that are in our community that's actually growing, that's actually doing something, that's actually, millionaires. You feel me? Because out here, I know in San Diego, it's a gang of black millionaires. Like I went one time, I delivered flowers to to these older black people, and they was millionaires. They both the husband and the wife, they both was doctors. They both was doctors, and I had conversations with the wife and stuff like that, but just telling me about what they were doing, and it's like, bro, they make it seem like it's not happening, and it is. We do have thriving people in our culture. It's always been like that. We never not had people that thrived and that was building companies or that was doing something productive within society. It's just they made not to be seen. You feel me? Even though they are there. He said, them flooding our communities with drugs is just as bad as the Ku Klux Klan coming to our house and trying to burn it down. Let's see, one of them going to get over with right then there. The others made the. Hey, you know what though? I always thought about that too, right? But also, it also got to do with like choices. You feel me? Like we made some bad choices. Like we didn't have to make those choices. Those are choices that we just made. And then we can blame them and say, oh, well, they put the drugs in our neighborhood. We didn't have to take them. We did it because, we use it to get rich off our own people. We used it for all different kind of things. I'm not saying it wasn't wrong what they did, but at the same time, you having a gun in the house, right? You teach your kid, hey, I know this is a gun, but hey, don't come over here and don't mess with this because this can do this, 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 and this. You feel me? And if they do take it upon themselves, you can't like we take it upon ourselves and we do these different weird things. And then when it destroy us, we want to say, "Oh, it was their fault." It's like, come on now, bro. Just because they drop a gang of drugs in the neighborhood, see, no, what we're thinking is when we see all them drugs, we see money. We see money. Okay, I'm about to get paid because I know if I found a key of cocaine right now, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm about to. I see money. I don't see no cocaine. You feel me? I don't see all that. I just see the money part of it. And then, but to take it and go, okay, it's only their fault. No, it's our fault too, because we didn't have to do it, but we took it. We took it, and when we got stuck in it, we go, oh well, it was their fault. They gave it to me. Ain't that what Adam fucking did? You feel me? When God told him in the Bible, in the book called the Bible, he said, hey man, all these trees in here, you can eat whatever you want. But that tree right there of the knowledge of good and evil, don't eat from that tree. And then when they ate it, and God said, hey man, what did you do? He said, man, well, Eve gave me the fruit. He didn't even take responsibility in his own hands and say, man, yeah, I know you told me, but you feel me? I did it anyway. No, Eve gave it to me. And it's like, dang, is that what we doing? We gonna run that same story again and say, oh, they did this. We always pointing the finger when, like, I feel like shit. Us as people, like, man, we can come together and do our own thing. Why we stick around? We point the finger. We doing the same thing to ourselves that they doing to us. Like it's almost to a point to where back in the days, remember when they had the little thing, when you go to the store and you go and buy your daughter a doll, and you feel me, they only used to have white dolls, and your daughter would get, even when they came out with black ones, she would get the white one. You feel me? It was always some type of propaganda that was played on us that kept us in this fucked up mind of thinking, and we still in it. Like I got mad when the Mexican dude came out with the little video and was like, yeah, and black people this and black, and everybody was going, yeah, he right. How the fuck is he right? Like the same thing he's saying we do, they do too. Oh well no, you just don't see the families of black people that's actually growing or actually doing their thing because they got us focused on all the bad shit that they feel like we do, but they don't got themselves. We ain't focused on they bad shit that they do. The bad shit that they do, they make it seem like it's not happening. You feel me? No, that was this person just no. With us, when one of us do something, they blame it on all of us. When one of them do something, they just single out that person and try to hurry up and get them out the way and sweep them under the rug. But no, it's happening in every race. It's something that's happening within every race. And I just feel like us as a people, like, we done came so far, bro. We gotta push that shit out the way. I ain't trying to hear nothing they say. I don't want to hear nobody telling me, "Oh well, black people bad because they do this," or like, you just shut up with that. Because the black people I know ain't even like that. They are nothing like that. Now I know some, but I know some white people that do that same thing. So it's like, but why you want me to constantly focus on just the ones that are doing bad? Because the ones that are doing bad stuff, once we focus on them, it make it look like it's all of us, and it's like, no, it's not. It never has been. And you can't prove that that's true. Because like I said, we got doctors, we got lawyers, we got politicians, we got all types of black people that's doing a whole lot of shit. You feel me? And if you're not around them because you're focused on the ones that are doing this, that's your bad. That's you. You need to change that. Like, for reals. To say because they tricked us to want the lavish material things when those things don't matter. Unity and family is everything. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so about when we were talking about Africa. You feel me? And Africa being the 57 continents. I said this a long time ago. I said they went to all these places and they seen all these kings. And the one king, he had a big ass castle. And then they went to the king that was in one of the continents in Africa and he just lived in the hut. I said, no, they made us think that all these material things that they making is economic growth, is some kind of growth or something. Just because these people still live like they did 1,000 years ago, that's the way that they want to live. Like, what do you mean? They don't have to worry. They don't have the worries that we have. They don't give a fuck about no computer, no phone, and all that type of shit. No, we make it seem like, we've been programmed to believe that they don't have growth because they don't have all this stuff right here. And it's like, nah, they're not letting all this consume. They can live off the land. Like, they can literally live off the land. They don't need all this. And it's like, so that makes us better than them? That makes us have more growth than them because they're just living off the land? Like, you still got people that live in the Amazon in the forest and shit. You feel me? And they don't care about books or none of this. You feel me? We always talked about the dudes that was hunting the baboons. He said, man, what's the meaning of life to you? Baboons. That's it. Meat. That's it. But to us, no. It's money. It's power. It's wealth. We have a whole different outlook. You feel me, on life because our shit was shaped by what we was born into. So now we look at everything else. And then it's crazy because it kind of lets you know, like, we're doing the same thing that they programmed to do when they look at us. We doing the same thing on the ones that's outside of us. We're looking on them like they're like we looking down on them, and it's like, bro, how we gonna fucking have the same shit they have? How we gonna look at shit the same way they do? You feel me? It's like, bro, man, no. It said they own the resource and that's their kingdoms. Yeah, but it's fine. Unity part that's missing. We have doctors, lawyers, and all that, but they work for white people, not us. Yeah, okay. In some senses, I will say yes to that, but they actually do work for everybody too. Cause remember when they came out with the little show with the doctors? They was working with a lot of the different celebrities or whatever. You feel me? The little doctor show with the black women on it. That was a crazy show. But we have the same thing. Cause all my kids, me, look, all my mama's kids, all my grandma kids, mainly were delivered by black doctors. Like, period. I forgot the lady name. You feel me? And then when it was a guy, this one guy at first who passed away over time, and then the lady took over, and she was black, and she delivered all of us. So I'm just saying, you feel me? I don't know, I don't know, yo. So it's kind of trippy, bro, because I think in a sense we do be wanting that. Also, it's like some of us get that little money, or we get them certain statuses, and we want to fit in to that part right there. But I don't. I think also we do try to help each other out in a sense. 100 true. Nobody's better than anybody. Material things do not make a person. Yeah, and I think but that's how we look at it though. That's the wild thing. We make it seem like the material things is what shape who we are, and it's like nah, because if we got rid of all that shit, all the materials, the clothes and everything, we'll just be bodies. We'll just be human. But we carry all the shit we carry all this shit. Say, hey, this make me better. No, it don't. But I gotta go, y'all. I gotta get some rest. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But thank everybody for stopping by, and it's always a dope conversation. And all right, Yosef, I'll holler at y'all probably tomorrow or something. That's what I mean. Over here, they got us focused on greed because we was born in poverty, so we was programmed to strive for the almighty dollar. Yeah, exactly, bro. That shit is crazy, man. That shit like even when I think about like my younger days, that was the only thing that we was doing it for. Everything that we felt like we was doing it for the money or to try to come up, or, and it was always that path right there. And then like now, it's like all that didn't change. The money don't really mean shit. It's like it's on okay, use it to pay bills, but you feel me? It ain't making me who I am. It never will. Not no more. You feel me? Which is crazy. Which is crazy. But don't you know all the products that come into America has already paid for? So, oh my God, we get our paycheck, we go buy those things, so we give our money right back to them. Yeah, exactly. We do. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, like I love I like we say the stuff about family, but you see, I've been bringing my family on a lot more often. So like I am about family growth and doing stuff with my family. You feel me? Because I love them. I grew up with them. I've been around them my whole life. So we can't buy into the illusion, but then be doing what we say we don't do at the same time. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna hold you. We can't buy into the illusion and then be here doing what we say we don't do. Because we do care about family. We do care about these different things. And we showing it by doing this, by doing what we already doing. We're doing it right now. And it's like, and hopefully, people see that. People see that. But on that note, I gotta go. I'm gonna keep talking, bro. I'm gonna keep talking. Sorry for the topics of speech. Let's see, the text we messing up. You know what I mean? But we black owned everything back then. Yeah, nah, yeah, I know that for a fact. And everything we ever tried to own, they destroyed that shit. They tried to destroy that shit. But even now, even the black owned stuff, they try to make it seem like it's not happening. But it's, you just were saying that about the banks, all the black owned banks. It's a lot of black owned businesses. Like, you know what I was tripping off of, right? Like, I was tripping off, I was watching some videos, and it was like a lot of black business owners that were starting businesses, and that's what they were saying. They was like, how come when a black person own a business, like, we don't support our people? And it's like, man, when you think about it, like, this is just me from my perspective. When a lot of the different black-owned businesses that I seen wasn't selling anything that we was really into. They were focused on trying to get people outside of our race in to buy their products. They products weren't always for us. Like, that's the crazy thing. But when you go to that little Asian store or something, they got everything for us. They got the wave caps, they got the Murray's grease, they got all the stuff straight for us. We don't do that because we really look at ourselves like they look at us, to the point to where we really don't want to serve us. We want to serve them outside of us. So we build our structure, our business around selling to them. But the way you gain the support of us is have stuff that we like. Have our stuff. Have things that we like. Things that we are into. Fuck that shit. All that other stuff. You feel me? Don't try to sell us some stuff that they like. Like if we like it's not gonna work. Your store is not gonna work. You feel me? It's just not. And I've seen this so many times. I've seen it so like we'll come out with a yoga store. You like a lot of us we ain't into yoga and shit like that. Some of us is, but everybody ain't. You feel me? Like come out with something like something that we like that we are into. Don't you can't. It's crazy, bro. But that's just my thoughts on it. But I'm gone. Before I keep talking, I gotta go, bro. Peace out, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, money don't make you happy. Exactly. But peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. Yeah, we all are great fathers, bro. We doing the thing. We doing the thing. That's the crazy thing. Like all my cousins that you seen here, the other two, they got kids. That's all they do is work and take care of their kids. They don't do nothing outside of that, which is dope as shit. Everybody then grew. You feel me? Into dope fathers. But I ain't gonna lie, Yosef. Let me say this before I go. One thing that I always felt like is it took for us to have bad parents in order to become good parents. Because just think if we would have took on the traits that our parents had before, we wouldn't have never became what we are now. We probably been totally different, bro. But I think that was just a part of it. And then